All right, let's move on to
Q&A.
Oh, wait, we didn't talk about Mortal Kombat Annihilation, did we?
I was hoping that nobody was going to remember.
No, I had to watch this shit. We're going to talk about it. All right?
Real quick.
Yeah, you guys ain't freaking skating out of this. You made me watch this shit. We're talking about it right now.
Yeah.
You
Dude,
okay. Having problems with the VPN, Verizon.
you, Jed.
He's got to keep. He's got to keep. He's got to keep tapping the mute button on and off rapid fire.
Can't hear. Welcome. You have now tuned in to the Blackout and Shout podcast with your host, Mike Kincaid.
Can I tell you that Baby Yoda just annoys the shit out of me?
That's because you haven't watched The Mandalorian.
Oh, look at Baby Yoda, so cute.
Levy Curry.
Some people do all sorts of crazy stuff like dinosaur romance novels. Those are really a thing. Taken by the T-Rex. A billionaire dinosaur forced me. Ravaged by the raptors.
I wonder if there's audiobooks of them.
And Jed Vargo.
He was always like well known for wearing the Nazi outfit on.
Captain Kangaroo?
Captain Kangaroo.
Didn't he have the...
No. And he did not dress up as a Nazi either.
So sit back. Mike, are you... Listen to me. Relax. Say transform and roll out. And enjoy the show. Welcome everyone to episode 117 of the famous Blackout and Shout podcast. I will be your host this evening. I am Jed Vargo, and to my virtual up is none other than our internet celebrity, Michael Kincaid. How are you, Michael Kincaid?
I'm good. I'm doing all right.
All right. And the other co-host of the show on my virtual diagonal, Mr. Levy Curry.
Hi.
How you doing, Levy Curry?
I'm doing okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
All right. So let's start it off right away. Let's get the show rolling, yeah?
Yeah.
So, Levy, what'd you get? You got any hauls, shout-outs? Got any things you want to plug?
Plugs. I'm going to be a guest on the Nerds Have Spoken podcast next week.
Oh.
So you can find me there. They post on Thursdays. So our friend Jason Lowry, Yule, they're on that podcast.
Mike Lowry.
But so Jason Yule are on there. So I'll be joining them this week. Mike, you were on there a couple weeks ago, right?
Yeah. I was going to say something about that. I think that episode dropped like 10 days ago.
Yeah, last Thursday.
Or whenever it was, however many, 8 days.
I threw it up on the site. Yeah, I shared it.
yeah, man. I was on, and I was on with Yule, and Jason and Eric were on. Mm-hmm. Ian and Wolfie were not. I think they were watching WrestleMania. I think.
Yeah.
So it ended up just being the four of us. So I missed out. I'd like to do it again one of these days when those guys are on, because I missed talking to those cats. But yeah, it was a good time.
How do you pronounce it?
Go ahead, Jed.
The pen is blue. The goddamn pen is blue.
Now go ahead, Jed. Please.
Mike, how do you pronounce Eric's last name? Is it Rehnquist? Is that it? Or was it? What's his last name? What's Eric's last name?
Wait, Eric. No, I'm talking about Eric Burgess.
Burgess, that's it. Burgess.
You were close. You were close.
I didn't know if it was. It was the same. I knew it was like Jess, like a Burgess. Burgess.
Oh, Samsonite. I was way off.
Yeah.
you know how I remember that, Jed? Because
I lost my shit the last time we were talking about it. Oh, you mean like Yeah, his last
No,
name.
Eric's
I thought
last
you meant
name,
the Dumb and Dumber thing.
There was a ex Eagle and ex Raider. I believe he was an ex Raider. He was definitely an ex Eagle, but Derek Burgess.
Burgess. Yeah,
he was on the 2004 team. That
there was an Eric Rehnquist, though.
You're thinking of Eric Rosenquist.
Is that it?
Yeah. You were also well. At least you were close there. That's.
No, I think there's an Eric Rehnquist out there somewhere. I think I'm pretty sure of it. There's got to be
Eric Rosenquist. That's our boy. He's a TCP guy.
That's right. So I'm sorry,
I haven't heard from him in a while.
Continue
Eric,
with your rabble.
I hear from him on Instagram here and there from time to time. Yep, he's still alive and well.
Oh, good. No, I was gonna mention before. I actually listened to that episode that you were on.
Yeah.
So,
word. Well, thanks for listening in.
Yeah. So, but yeah, so yeah, watch for me on there next week.
Yo, don't Levy, when you go on, don't forget to bust Yule's balls about like falling asleep. he I don't know. I guess you listened to it. I don't know if you actually watched any video or whatever, but there was like a couple times where we were talking and I told Yule, I was like, yo, his corner of the screen looked like Weekend at Bernie's.
He actually felt I didn't actually watch the YouTube video. I was listening to it on Podbean while I was working. So, but he actually fell asleep.
No, he didn't fall all the way asleep. But you know, like when you're in class and the teachers are like just droning on, and he was starting.
That's funny. That's funny.
Yeah.
That's funny. I'm gonna tell him you better not be falling asleep in my episode.
Yeah. Tell you I said, oh, I'm sorry for boring the shit out of you.
I will do that. So yeah, as far as hauls go, I didn't get any figures in the last 2 weeks. So, but did get something else. I got myself a brand new PC monitor. It's, yeah. It's
what you mean with that thing that was like the size of Teletran 1 that you had sitting on your desk?
Yeah, it's a 34-inch ultra wide monitor. So 3440 by 1440 resolution.
Go ahead, Jed.
Explore.
Nah, this thing's cool though. It's really cool.
Porn. Download porn. Download
porn. Repair. Kicking his socks off the floor and shit.
Masturbate. No, that one didn't get so many laughs.
No, you took one step too far.
Yeah, I did. I can do that.
The one step too far guy.
Yeah. Oh well. So
you're enjoying the what is it, 21:9? Is that what it is?
Yeah, 21:9 aspect ratio. So, but I mean, they actually do make like super ultra wide monitors, which are 32:9 aspect ratio. But those usually go over like well over $1,000.
32:9 isn't like a movie's like 16:9, isn't it?
Yeah, that's
32:9. That's some crazy ass wide fucking. That's like a banner.
Yeah.
Unless you're Zack Snyder, then cube's the way to go.
4.3. Well, here, I'll show you a 30 or a super ultra wide monitor here. But
there's like a big fat pair of ass cheeks up on it. When you finally get to the one where the ass cheeks are like off the screen on both sides, Levy, that's the one you want right there. Hurry up and post a couple things. I'm tired of looking at Shao Kahn back and forth.
Oh, we're gonna get to that movie later.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, really.
You know what? I like how this podcast does it, Levy. Like when everyone else is out there probably talking about the new combat, we're going to be talking about annihilation.
We're just catching up.
Well,
so that's a 32:9 ultra super ultra wide. So that's actually the width of like two monitors. Mine's about like a monitor and a half. So
I got to put my glasses on so I could see it.
Don't forget your shoes.
Yeah, right. God damn it.
So, but yeah. So, I'm sure you guys probably already heard, being local and everything, but there was a public shooting about 5 minutes away from my work this week.
Yeah,
about 15 minutes from my house.
Yeah, it's
just pulled the brother Kyle right there.
What's that?
That just pulled the brother Kyle right there.
I just laughed at someone dying.
Oh yeah.
So I was just thinking about Josh's comment, because Levy's like, "Oh yeah, there's a shooting at my work." He's like, Josh's like, "Jesus, are you still able to get your coffee?"
I'm like, no, I wasn't able to get coffee.
Did you say that?
Yeah.
Yeah, he said that.
It was funny. Because he was like all serious. It was a phrase, in the message, like a very serious question.
Right. There was no LOL at the end.
No.
Yeah.
No. It was
no. But yeah, unfortunately,
I saw it on CNN.
Yeah.
Yeah, it made it to CNN.
Yeah, it made national news.
See if I remember if this is right or not. But the guy shot some woman, I think, in her Jeep. She didn't know she was shot. She pulled a Wawa. Then he, in the parking lot, he shot somebody else, got wounded. Then he shot the driver who was pumping gas, killed him, and then he walked down the road toward like a daycare or whatever, shot himself in the hand, and then shot himself in the chest. Yeah, and killed himself.
Well, actually, what happened was he shot the woman's car, and she didn't realize that her car had been hit. And then this is on 22.
Okay.
Oh,
and
God, man.
Road rage, I guess, huh?
Well, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if it was road rage. Because it sounds like to me, because like when he got to the Wawa, he wasn't targeting her. So
he's just shooting random people.
I don't know the details, but I'm wondering if it maybe wasn't just this guy was just looking to shoot somebody.
Yeah.
So he's on the highway. He just sees somebody's car and shoots them. And then she ends up going to Wawa. He follows her, or just coincidentally ends up going to the Wawa and shoots a guy in a Jeep, injures him, and then shoots and kills this poor truck driver that was just busy trying to get his fucking gas.
Yeah. Dude, I saw the picture of the truck, the guy that died, man, and they showed him with his family, like his wife,
3 kids,
fucking 3 kids, and the kids were all like young, if I remember the picture correctly. And it's just like, dude,
it's messed up.
It's so fucked up, man. Like and it's random shit, man. Like this is the kind of shit like where this shit happens and you immediately fucking call your girl and call whoever and tell them you love them, because it's like so fucked up how that shit can just like, it happens.
Last week outside of where I live in Orgsburg, there was a road rage thing that happened too. Yeah, and same thing. they got into like a road rage thing, pulled over, and they got into like a fight or whatever. I don't know exactly the details, but the one guy was like a guy, he had a family and kids, and the other guy like just knifed him to death, like stabbed him like 5-6 times or whatever.
Jesus.
Yeah, that was just that was like a couple miles away from where I live. Yeah, man, it's not safe to go out anymore. Just gotta stay inside and order all your shit from Amazon.
I'm telling you, dude, I'm getting into like that. That's exactly what I was thinking when I found out about it. I'm like, dude, Jed has the right idea. Like, it's like he's up there in the fucking Fortress of Solitude up there in Trumpville, like he's like behind enemy lines, but like he's just up there and he stays in.
I'm like the sage on the top of the mountain that never leaves.
Yeah, right. Getting shot by some random crazy.
You don't want to think like that. You know who's like that? My mom is like that, man. She worries about everything, and I'm always the one telling her, like, listen, she tells me to be careful when I'm doing like some fairly mundane shit, and it's like, listen, I can walk out the door and get struck by lightning, but I'm gonna still have to walk out the fucking door.
Yeah,
my when I first moved down to outside of Philly, in Norristown area, my parents, they weren't really worldly or anything like that, so every time they would hear about someone getting shot or stabbed or whatever in that area, they'd be like, "Are you okay? Do you know who they were?" I'm like, "There's like millions of people that live in this area." I was like,
"Do you know who they were?" Yeah,
people get shot and killed every day.
Oh yeah, I know everybody that gets shot around here.
But did you know? I mean, they were near your age. I'm like, yeah, we went to school together.
I mean, the chances of it happening to you are extremely slim, but when it happens so close to home like this, it's scary. It's real fucking scary. Because I was going, that was the morning I went to work early, right? Because I saw, I didn't see the shooting or anything like that, but like I saw the big police blockade blocking off Route 100 there. heading up towards the Wawa, and like it wasn't just like a couple cars. It was like all of the police.
Right.
All of them were there. And so I knew something big had happened. My first thought, and it sucks because my first thought was, oh my God, there was a shooting.
Right.
Mm-hmm. That was my first fucking thought. There was a shooting at the Wawa. And lo and behold, that's what happened. And
I thought you'd been like, well, the cops are here. Let's rob the bank. I thought that was in your first thought.
No. But like I said, it's scary when it happens so close to home. You know, because what if I had decided that I was going to go get up a little early and go get a cup of coffee because, you know, I'm up earlier than I usually am. That's a very real scenario that I could have been there when that happened.
Me getting up a little earlier is a scenario that would never happen.
Right. Me neither.
I feel where you're coming from, but that would have never happened.
Yeah, man.
But no, I get you, man.
Like, yeah, because I had to be in early that day because I had something going on with work. I had to conduct an audit early. Like everything was starting at 8 a.m. and I had to do a lot of prep work and stuff for it. So
yeah,
wasn't the thing like back in the day where most of this shit would happen like at 3 o'clock in the morning? Now it's like everything happens at like 7 o'clock in the morning when everyone's going to work.
Dude, it can happen anytime, man.
The longer shit goes on, the more like less reverence crazy people have for like human life. You know, it's like a, I don't know, man. You see enough people die in movies and shit like that. It seems like no big deal anymore. Like, let's just go out and just use it. It's like, are those people fucking, I mean, they're obviously mentally deranged, but like, man, I've been mad in my lifetime, but I've never been madder than wanting to like slap somebody around a little bit.
But
are you saying that all the violence on television and desensitizes people to the point where they don't care about killing other people in real life?
No, not just in movies and TV, but like in general, like it's just
on the news.
On the news, you know what I mean?
All you see anymore is people getting shot, killed, stabbed, whatever. It's just violence everywhere. It's become like, you know, it's like say this COVID thing goes on for 5 years or 10 years or something, hypothetically speaking, and a baby that was born at this time, or maybe like a year or two before that or whatever, they're kind of growing up and like everybody's wearing masks and no, you know, they've never seen like concerts or like there's some legendary thing that used to happen back in the day, like, but we've never seen it, you know? So they're just kind of like used to living like that. And there's so much violence and death and crazy shit happening out there that people are like, yeah, they're getting a little desensitized to it.
I think there's always been like violence, death, and crazy shit happening out there. I think it's just that the news has been reporting it a lot quicker and more often than they used to before.
Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah, you're absolutely correct. I've made that point before too. You know, we're more connected now,
right?
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, because we are seeing it more. Like I can't go a day without seeing at least 2 or 3 news reports of someone getting affected by violence.
Yeah, I used to check. CNN every day. Now I'm just like, it just gives me anxiety, and I don't even look at it anymore.
It depresses me.
I was like that. I was like that at an early age, man. I remember my pops would get the paper, and I'd be in the sports section and the comics.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's like
the comic section, and like, you know, and he would ask me if I knew about shit was happening, and it's like, nah, it just kind of like bums me to fuck out, all that stuff, man. Even at a young age, I was like,
yeah, you'll see. I mean, on any given day, you'll see news of a new mass shooting, a mom murdering her 3 kids, or and a road rage incident all in the same day, somewhere in this country, and those are all things that happened. That woman, you heard that story about that woman in Southern California that killed her 3 kids because she was in a custody dispute with her husband.
Right.
It's crazy.
I remember watching that documentary Bowling for Columbine, and they were saying about how, like, that the news is different in Canada. Like, it's very, upbeat and not about murders and shit like that.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't know if it's still true. That was a documentary that's very old, but I'll have to ask Tyler.
And look at how nice all Canadians are, man. You ever get in an argument with a Canadian? Me neither. Well, I know I have. I'm just kidding. Oh, Tyler's the only one. But Tyler's almost like an American. He might not think so, but he's like, he would fit in down here.
It's kind of
somewhere.
insulting to him, I think. Don't you think
What's
you
it?
just insulted him? He's kind of American.
I probably did.
He's like, hey there, buddy. Hey, friend. I'm not your friend, buddy.
Trash.
Come on. Instead of talking about murder, let's talk about cool stuff like
I was
pop culture
going to
and
twist it
toys
around and say
80s
that.
stuff.
I was going to twist it around at the end, like try to do a U-turn and say that, like, man, there's all kinds of people being awesome on the internet too, doing, but it's like
not killing, doing not killing,
not killing. It's like, oh look, there's a
doing unkilling.
there's a picture of two people just sitting on the porch doing nothing. How sweet!
Aw.
They're not killing anybody.
But that's when somebody goes, look at those assholes.
Right.
That's probably the front of a meth house thing. That's the cover.
Yeah.
There's a common saying about the news media that says, if it bleeds, it leads.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. They don't want to really. It's human nature to be into drama, Levy.
Yeah.
So you know, if you want,
and what's the biggest kind of drama there is? Violence, murder, death.
I mean, you don't want to turn a blind eye to it, but they do lean heavily more in that way.
Mm-hmm. But it's the sensationalizing of it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I don't know. It's just like I said. I think the news of the shooting this week really did get to me because it was so close to home.
Fuck yeah, man.
Right.
Yeah. My heart
But you
goes
got a new
out to that
monitor,
fucking
right?
family, dude.
Yeah. Enough of this talk, man.
So you got a new monitor, and how many people did you shoot and kill on that monitor?
Yeah, he's in Call of Duty.
just machines.
Machines. Yes.
I've been playing Horizon Zero Dawn, so I've only killed machines so far,
Yes. That's a great game.
and animals.
I gotta
For
finish
hunting.
that game. That's a good game.
Yeah. It looks beautiful on this screen with the 30.
can imagine.
With the 3080. Mwah! It's gorgeous.
Give you the old French kiss. Mwah.
So
What
but
else
yeah,
you got, Levy?
that
Besides
was
your
it. That's it. I haven't gotten any new figures since last time.
Hey.
So
shout-outs?
well, shout out to the Nerds Have Spoken crew. You know, thanks for the invite for letting me come on. So I'm looking forward to it.
Awesome. Michael Kincaid. Same question to you.
Yeah, I'm going to be short and sweet this week. I got I have no plugs because I've been so busy, man. The band's starting to get back up and practicing in the next week or two, so I've been playing a lot. And the shipper season is starting next week, so we've been out there taking hacks and knocking the old man rust off a little bit, trying not to kill ourselves this season. So haven't worked on much, and we've been doing shit around the house. Vanessa's been painting, and I've been moving stuff so she could paint.
Attaboy.
You know what? No, for real. It's like she really likes it. So it's like, who the fuck am I to stand in the way of stuff that she likes doing?
Exactly.
I move stuff, you know, and I tell her, tell me what to do. And she tells me what to do when I go do it. And then she paints. But it looks good.
That's like I got the wife a leaf blower. That way she doesn't have to sweep the porch off anymore.
Did you really?
Yeah. She's out there. Woo. I'm like, she loves that gift. And the batteries in her Switch with the lawnmower. So it's even better, you know? You could like pop the battery off the leaf blower, throw it into the lawnmower. Just keep going.
Jed, you know what just popped into my head? You know those absolutely ridiculous fucking commercials that they play during Christmas where like husband buys the wife like a car and he brings her out and it's got like a bow and shit on it and they're smiling.
Big red bow.
Like at your house, like bring her out and it's a lawnmower and a fucking leaf blower. And it's got a bow on it and shit. Oh man, would she shoot that? Would she be down to shoot that?
Oh yeah, she loves that shit. Yeah.
we might have to do a blackout and shout like Christmas commercial and shit, man.
Like the neighbor has a new carbo, you know, the next neighbor has a new carbo. I got the lawnmower in the driveway, you know, bow, leaf blower.
I can picture it. I can
whacker.
fucking see it. I can see it in my
Line
head.
trimmer right next to it.
Yeah, right. If it's, dude, is there, tell me like, I hope, are a couple of them like the same brand by any chance?
Yeah, they're all the same brand.
They're all
the battery's interchangeable. Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, let's shoot this when Christmas
works, man.
Yeah,
That's the way to go.
Let's talk about this again, like around like October or November, you know, and we'll put it together.
I gotta put like I gotta think of something else like that. We gotta put like the brand new snow shovel over on the side, you know, that's for next time. So did you get anything at all?
I got nothing this week. I can't tell you what I got because I got nothing, but I can tell you what I did not get.
Your Unicron.
My Unicron.
I still think you're gonna get the Sentinel. You're gonna get the Sentinel before the Unicrons.
It wouldn't surprise me, man. It wouldn't surprise me, dude. We thought of a funny fucking picture idea. I was gonna go to the Via and get like some pimp wear. And when my two Unicrons get here, I was gonna stand in between them like with a cane and shit, all pimped out, but like, you know, like in How High, if you pimp, you broke pimp. But that might never happen.
Did you see Justin Linette's picture?
At the Ollie's, yeah.
I had an Ollie shopping cart.
It was sitting on top of the cart.
He said it was $130. Yeah, but you only live once.
Yeah, Jason. Yeah, he's funny, man.
Do you have any shout outs, sir? Or
let's see. Well, yeah, man. Thanks to those guys for having me on last week, or actually 2 weeks. That was a good time. And let me see. No, that's it, man. I got nothing this time around. Everybody still there?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Dude, I'll tell you, my boss, Irv, he used to own Irvs, you know that Irv.
Mm-hmm.
So every time like a good looking chick comes in, like customer or whatever, he like, you know, he's like a fucking ninja. Like he runs up to the fucking counter. So now I race him. That's like my work entertainment. When I see a girl come in and she's kind of good looking as shit, man, I look at him and then the Ren and Stimpy music goes on. And I fucking race him up to the counter. But there was this girl. So listen, this is a funny one, man. This girl came in like MILF age, right? Maybe like a week ago, and just ordered one set of this like vinyl lettering. So the way she was dressed that time, like she was cute and everything, and she looked like she was built all right or whatever, but like it left a lot to the imagination. So I thought nothing of it. So today she comes back to pick the lettering up. And me and Adrian go walking up to the counter, and I look at her and she's wearing, try to picture this in your head, dude. She's wearing, first of all, she's built what she was wearing today. You could tell she was built like a stripper, right? And she had a hoodie on and it was zippered all the way down to her belly button. And then she was wearing like a crop top that was probably like just barely low enough to get like right below her nipples, if at all, right? So between the crop top and the fucking hoodie, it made this like perfect, like, you know, like where Iron Man's thing is in the middle of his chest, except on her it was like an upside down V, and her fucking two big fake cans were like smashed together right in that spot. And like, you had to look at them, you know, like it was one of those things or whatever. I'm like, dude,
it's like good compositing for, right?
It's like what?
The line, good compositing for like art.
It was absolutely perfect. It looked like they were measured, like they were centered, and the V was like right on point or whatever.
And your eyes are just drawn right to that middle.
Yeah, listen, it doesn't even matter like how it like. Listen, man, you could be as loyal to your girl as you want, and I'm telling you, I'm 110 fucking committed to my girl. I love her. You could walk me through the fucking Playboy grotto in his prime and I would fucking leave unfazed. But in that kind of situation, you have to look at him, right? It don't matter. It's like Ron White said, if you see one pair of titties, you want to see the rest of them. But anyway,
like Captain America, I can do this all day.
I can do this right. But so after she turned around to get the lettering, I looked at Adrian, and Adrian was looking at me, and like we both had masks on, but you could tell we were both kind of like laughing. And I'm like, dude, I'm going back to get Irv. And I turned around and I took fucking 3 or 4 steps on the one side of the shop. I look over and he's on the left side, headed in the opposite direction up towards the counter, like lighting the fucking floor on fire, dude. Oh man, it was so fucking funny, man. We were cracking up. Irv is like 68 years old. Keith told me that when next time he does that, I need to time him so I could get his like 40. It's like the fucking NFL combine and shit. What do you think Irv's 40 is? Oh shit. That's what goes on at work from time to time. So I didn't really get anything, but you know, I try to bring stories of boobs from the workplace if I can. So Jed, what about you?
Oh, well, unlike my other 2 co-hosts, I did get a lot.
Look at you, week. Jed. Man, a couple episodes ago, it was like
fucking bizarro world.
It is. Absolutely.
Jed was like Hogan, you know, like after they pick his hand up twice, and on the third one, he starts fucking, he starts coming back. This is right after that part, Levy. This is the part where he's lifting the giant over his fucking head.
I am a real American. Cue the music. So I got my BBTS pile of loot. Is that what? Yeah, shipped. I got Professor X. Didn't have him for a while. He was restocked, so I picked him up. Got
the legend. The legend? Did you say?
Yeah. I got the new Thanos that we were talking about a few shows ago.
Yes.
The updated one. I got Firestar. The Iceman, Firestar, Spider-Man, Amazing Friends.
How is that figure?
She came with. It's okay. She came with a little Miss Lyons, the fucking dog.
Yeah,
that's
great
great
accessory.
That's great.
I got the Han Solo Hoth when he's wearing the hood and stuff like that. The jacket, the brown jacket, not the blue. The jacket's not blue. It's brown. So I got the brown one, which is funny because I paid like $70, I think it was, for like the Leia combo set that was in previously. That was like a European exclusive or whatever because I wanted it, but then they like a couple weeks later, then they release it, and I'm like, God, that's fantastic. Thanks, assholes. so I had to buy it anyway. And I got Firmament. Yeah, Kang toys.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
How's that?
Ooh. Whew. Oh, that's a masterpiece, man. No, that's pretty great. Yeah, I'm very impressed. Like, I'm not so much impressed about like the size of the wings, but just the way they painted them and how they're like they're translucent. So they're like, very like frosted. You can see through parts of them and stuff. It's really good. It's really cool. And I'll keep going back to that quote that Mike said, I think a couple shows ago. He said like the Kang toys feels like you just throw it against a wall and nothing will happen to it. That's how well they're made. But yeah, it's a pretty great figure. And I walked over to Lori. I had them all decked out with the woods open and stuff. I said, look at this. Isn't this impressive? And she goes, that is impressive for $20. I'm like, I know, right?
And then when you sell shit, you could tell her how much you sold it for, and then she'll think that you've been making out all these years, man.
Like, look at the profit I made on this thing. Yeah. Meanwhile, I'm taking like a $50 loss. So I got those, and I picked up the Solo Chigokin Gamelon battle cruiser. That was like the green ships that kind of go with the whole Solo Chigokin Yamato Star Blazers ship. So I have yet to get that. That's next on my purchase list, but I'm kind of waiting for that to go down a little bit. See if I can grab that for a little bit less. So I'm in no rush with that. But yeah, that's all the stuff I got.
Damn.
Shout out.
Welcome back, Jed.
Yeah. Got all that stuff. Gotta spend the Biden bucks. Right?
Corona bucks.
Yeah. So shout out to all our listeners and followers on Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook. One thing with YouTube is kind of peculiar is that, remember that Astro Train video that I made when he transfers himself and he flips over and they're all go. It's like getting traction. It's like, I think it has like 2,000 views now. And that was just
on the YouTube?
On YouTube, yeah. Like in the past a few days or whatever, it's been like bumped up.
Yeah, so it's pretty good. It took me a second. I'm like, wait, what the fuck is he trying to do? What's he saying here? And like it hit me.
But yeah, it's apparently it's been going in like suggested feeds. So interesting. Finally.
Yeah, right.
So, but yeah, shout out to all the people that maybe who are listening to this show now because of that. Thanks for tuning in. And I don't have any plugs just yet. Working on a whole bunch of stuff. I mentioned the other day, I like made this whole list of things that I have to do to finish and all the things I want to do. And the list is like 50 things long. And I'm like,
yeah. I can't like, even if I do it like that, Jed, I would just get overwhelmed. I almost have to.
Well, I have all this in my brain, and I was like, I got to put it down someplace so I can kind of get a list.
Yep.
And that way I can prioritize. I'm like, oh, this or that, or work on these things at the same time. Oh, I got to finish that. Let's not forget about this part and blah, blah, blah. So I did that. But yeah, that's basically everything that I got. Shout outs and plugs. You guys want to move on to the news?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So Shock G, who was 57 years old, is an American rapper. He was the lead singer for Digital Underground.
Mm-hmm.
He wrote the Humpty Dance and I Get Around.
Yeah.
He died. He was found dead in I think it was Florida hotel room or California, some hotel room somewhere.
Wow.
What was interesting as of yesterday?
Jesus.
What is with you guys, man?
I don't know. Have they released the cause of death?
I didn't see anything as of yesterday, but I did not look today. Maybe today. I don't know. Usually a hotel room that's either murder or overdose, I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Not he went pleasantly into his sleep.
Asphyxiation.
Possibly. One thing that was quite interesting is that when I read up about him, is that he had like multiple personalities. So he had multiple like characters that he would portray.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like a Borat thing, right?
Right.
But it was like, he was like this character for this band, so far as that he like wrote a whole history about it and like, had like the backstory and everything. Yeah. And then to the point where people in the music industry actually thought that those people were different people. He had it like, and he actually would, he did the whole Batman Alfred thing where he would have people show up dressed up like that character. So it'd make it look like they were both there at the same time. I'm like,
that's great.
That is great.
How genius is that?
Yeah, totally.
So it's I didn't know that he did that stuff, but yeah, he actually helped. He co-produced them. Tupac's first album, I think, too.
Huh.
So
no shit.
Yeah, so he was 57.
Damn, man.
Yeah. Hester Ford, who was the American supercentenarian. American supercentenarian. Yeah, that's it.
Centenarian.
I'll never get it. Centenarian. American supercentenarian. Yeah, that's it. He was 115 years old. 115 years old. Was the oldest person in America. He died.
She.
Finally. Oh, she. Hester? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
She died. I mean, when you're 115, does it really matter?
Jesus. Yeah, kinda.
Yeah. So she died finally.
Jeez. Oh,
Well, I mean, it's 115. It's pretty far.
Well, it depends. If you're a young hunter at 15, you know.
How did she die? Skydiving accident?
Yeah.
Cocaine.
Yeah.
Actually, there was a story I heard about there was a story of a 73-year-old man that died in a skydiving accident.
Yeah.
I can believe
it. Apparently his chute didn't open. So, yeah. That's actually really frightening.
That's why you don't go skydiving.
Yeah. Someone because I saw it on WFMZ. I saw the Facebook post about it, and someone commented, "See, why would anyone jump out of a perfectly good airplane?" I'm like, why would anyone leave a perfectly good ground?
Yeah.
Yeah, right, man.
If you're not in that situation, then you cannot die in that situation.
Exactly. But some people want to experience, the feeling of free fall.
I remember years and this must have been in the 90s. I think in Bethlehem, they used to have billboards up around 3rd Street or whatever that would give you like weird odds. Like you had a better chance of being bitten by a shark on Main Street than winning the lottery or something like that.
Yeah.
And they would, but it was some crazy shit like that. Or you have a better chance of getting electrocuted, in the Queen's Palace than winning the lottery or something weird like that. But yeah, I mean, if you're not skydiving, you don't have a chance of dying with your chute not opening, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So
here's an interesting statistic I heard. Speaking of the chance of being killed by a shark, the chances of getting killed by a cow in America is infinitesimal, but is never zero.
Well, once the first one happens, it can never be zero again. Are you saying yearly?
No. The chances of any one person being killed by a cow is extremely small, but it's never zero.
Yeah, well, I guess the chance of getting killed by anything is never zero.
But no, because if you don't leave the ground, you can't die by your chute not opening.
Right. Yeah, but you could a fucking truck could go careening off the highway down into the field that you're standing in when you decided not to get on the plane and run you the fuck over.
Yeah, but it's not because your chute didn't open.
True. That's like Final Destination shit then at that point.
Yeah, really.
Death by cow. Well, wait. Does that also count like being mauled by a bull?
I don't know.
Better look up those stats again, Levy. Only see someone getting mauled by a bull easily.
Well, I'm just saying,
How about eaten by a cow?
The chances are never zero. Well, there are those carnivorous deer I mentioned how many weeks back.
That's true. They've been around for years now. The disease could have spread to cows by now. Moving right along. Yep. Helen McRory. She was 52 years old. English actress. She was in Peaky Blinders and Harry Potter. She played Malfoy's mom.
Oh, really?
That actress. She was married to Damon Lewis. You guys know who Damon Lewis is, right?
No, I'll admit it.
Band of Brothers. He's in the Billions show.
Okay.
Redhead, tall dude. Band of Brothers. Never saw Band of Brothers?
Yeah.
Saving Private Ryan thing. Yeah, he was like the lead character in Band of Brothers.
Yeah. Now that I Google him, yeah.
She died. She had cancer. She lost her long battle with cancer. You guys haven't watched Peaky Blinders? That's a good show. It's been around for a few seasons. Mm-hmm. It's like a English mafia type of thing. Who's the guy that played the Scarecrow in Batman's something of the Sea?
What's that?
Who's the guy that played the Scarecrow in the Batman movies? Something with a C.
Oh, Cillian Murphy.
That's it. He's in that show. He's like the lead actor.
Yeah.
And that's it. That's all the people that I got that died. Trailers. So, Levy, what trailer interested you the most?
I don't know what. Oh, MODOK. MODOK. I want to see that. That show looks funny as fuck.
There's a lot of it that was from the other trailer that we had looked at, but this one had Nathan Fillion as Wonder Man and John Hamm as Iron Man, so that was pretty funny.
But yeah, no, I think Patton Oswalt is perfectly cast.
I agree.
So yeah, this show, is this actual stop motion animation, or is it just like CGI animation made to look like stop motion? Like, do you think these are rendered characters, or do you think that they're actual stop motion models?
You know, when I looked at it, I didn't actually analyze it to see if that was that or not, but
because it looks, it moves pretty much like Robot Chicken.
Could be.
If I were to hazard a guess, Levy, I think it would be CGI made to look that way.
Maybe it's a mix of both.
But I don't know.
Yeah, because I imagine it would probably be cheaper to do that and fairly easy to make it look like stop motion.
Yeah,
sure. Less frames to render too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because what Robot Chicken is 2 frames per second.
No, they were up there. They're 8 or 10, I think it was. Yeah. Some of those things, like in the later seasons, they got up to like 12.
Yeah. Ooh.
Maybe
12 frames per second. Wow.
Maybe even 13.
It only looks like kind of like a slideshow.
Hey, your Transformers, your loved G1 Transformer was at 12, I think.
8 or 10.
12.
Yeah, it was really low.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, I'm just kidding. I actually, Robot Chicken makes some pretty funny shit.
It does. I do. I haven't watched that in a while. I gotta get back to that. Mike.
Yes.
Your turn.
Man, I think I'm back in on this zombie movie, Jed. Yeah. I don't know what caught me about this one. That I saw the last one. I was just maybe, I don't know. I'm still over zombies, but the thing that intrigued me was that they're intelligent and organized, as they said in the trailer. So it's not even like Dawn of the Dead where they were just fast and they were still zombies, but they just like ran and shit. But these zombies still have like sentience.
But then what makes them zombies then? Like when you make them intelligent, don't you feel like they kind of lose their identity as a zombie?
A little bit of it, but I mean that's if you want to force all zombies into that box of exactly what we think they should be.
Well, I think their mindlessness or their one driving goal to attack and kill is what really defines them as zombies. You know what I mean? When you like they're like they don't think, they don't strategize, they don't plan. I think that's a very defining aspect of it. When you change that, you fundamentally change what they are.
Well, yeah, I can see that point of view. Yeah, I can see that point of view. I just think that they're still, if you take out the mindless part, I think they're still single-minded about just killing.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it might make them even fucking scarier because they say those certain monkeys or whatever that actually use tools and shit, stones, these are some just they're homicidal, bloodthirsty creatures and shit like that. But now they're fucking scarier because now they can think and use weapons to make killing easier.
Yeah, but that just makes them psychos.
Well, yeah, but you still got the whole
What were they, psychos or something?
You still got the whole, they're decaying and shit and undead pretty much.
So they're decaying psychos.
Jed Levy just don't want to like it. It's fine. It's fine. Yeah, I'll probably watch this. Where did they say it was going to be on? Netflix, right?
Yeah.
I'll probably watch that.
I mean, it's on Netflix, so it'll be worth a watch, I'm sure. But,
and I like Batista.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, I wouldn't go to the theater for this, but I mean, if I'm bored on a Saturday afternoon, there's nothing to watch. I might put it on Netflix.
Levy, I might never go to a fucking theater ever again. I'm being serious, dude. Like once the whole COVID days are over, then it's like, we got a little projector. Like I would be just as happy watching it with like 5 or 6 of my friends sitting in the backyard watching it, just being bothered by nobody.
Well, let's say
April
go ahead, Levy.
Oh.
Christ.
That's the title, Jed. That's the title of tonight's episode.
Rebel.
April and I made a pact that we are going to watch all of this year's Marvel movies in the theater.
So, okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
Listen, there's something that you can't get at home that you get at the theater. That giant ass screen and that huge sound system. Well, I guess you can kind of try to get that at home, but you know, there's a definite missing part of the vibe.
Well,
when you're watching.
I think everyone just wants to feel like a socialized human again.
Yeah, I feel that too. Yeah, I don't.
He said matter of factly.
Listen, part of me playing in a band, Levy, is to force myself out into like again, like Ron White said, into public. You know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel you. I don't know.
No, I think sequestering yourself though is there is an appeal to that. So,
hang on, let me Google sequestering.
Do you know how to spell it?
I can't. I'm actually surprised that you guys are letting me do this. I thought you would just tell me. It's like, damn, they're calling my bluff. So I'm gonna look it up. Here we go. Let's see. Man, you know, I hate when they use another word that you don't know to describe the word that you don't know.
What's the word?
What is that word?
What word did they give you?
I'm not even sure how to say it. Gerund? Gerund or present participle? Present participle? What the fuck? Oh my God. I wasn't even reading the fucking definition. I was reading like the fucking the wait, what am I reading here? Here we go. Isolate or hide away. Okay. Whew. I was on the wrong line, man. Yo, what does that wait, now I gotta Google that word. Gerund? Does either you guys know what that is?
Sounds familiar.
It's a noun, a form that is derived from a verb, but that functions as a noun. In English ending in ing, asking. And do you mind my asking you? Okay, I got it. I never heard that word before. There you go, dude. This is educational shit here on BNS. Let's move on before we lose everybody. Oh, wait. How did you use that in a sentence again, Levy? Sequestering. You were talking about like
I said sequestering yourself away. It does have a certain appeal to it.
Gotcha. So hibernating or like the hermit life.
Well, basically what we've been doing for the last year.
Yeah. You know, man, I'm all for it, dude. I like going. Like me and Vanessa just went to JD and Chan's house and we just hung out, just like, you know, the four of us, and it was fun. Like
there's this picture. It's a drawing of some cats, like black cats, and they all got these big wide eyes. Like they're cartoony looking, but they got these big wide eyes.
Right.
And then it just says, "Ew, people." And I'm like, this speaks to me.
Yeah, I'm with those cats, man. I don't want to see any more than 10 people at a time, except for conventions. I'll make that exception.
I'm just gonna roll around like a boy in the bubble at TFCon.
Yep.
I just have like little slots where you like push them in and out, like spray things with aerosol.
stuff a t-shirt through a little mail slot. Here you go, sir.
Yeah. I'll just paint up like Unicron, put some rings around it, just like banging everybody. I was actually quite interested in the Resident Evil movie.
Mm-hmm.
It seemed interesting.
Wait, what movie did you say, Jen?
Resident Evil.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the animated one.
Oh, okay.
Claire's nose is so freaking big.
I didn't notice that.
I didn't put the new Resident Evil game trailer in the list, but those both kind of came out around that same. Yeah, the Village.
Mm-hmm.
But they both came out around the same time.
The giant vampire lady game.
Yes. But yeah, it looks cool.
You know, one of Lady Dimitrescu's tits is like bigger than my head.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
What was the fourth trailer?
Yo, before we move on, is this the main? This the main character you're talking about, Levy? The one in the red jacket?
What's that?
That girl with the big nose?
Yeah, that's Claire. That's Claire Redfield. She was one of the main characters in Resident Evil 2.
You think she has a big nose?
Well, in this movie, she does. Yeah. She's got it's a bit bulbous at the end.
Man, you're picky, man.
Well, she looks very different from other renditions of Claire that I found to be more, what's the word? Appealing,
palatable.
Palatable. Thank you. That's the word I was thinking of.
Aren't you
now on a mic? Palatable, Mike. Look it up.
Levy, aren't you a big Sarah Michelle Gellar fan?
I love Sarah Michelle Gellar.
Yeah, but like, man, she got the fucking weirdest nose I've ever seen in my life.
She does not. She's got a great nose.
No, that's a strange fucking nose, man.
No.
And you know what? I agree with you. I think she's cute, but she definitely has a weird looking. Like I felt like she had a normal girl nose. She'd be better looking.
What?
She has like a Owen Wilson nose.
She does. Her nose does not look broken. Her nose is perfectly fine.
It's shaped really weird, man.
What are you talking about? It's shaped like a nose.
Well, I know all noses are shaped like noses, but it's kind of like an aircraft or kind of somewhat, or like flying ones with wings, at least anyways, all kind of look the same. But if you see an alien one with wings, there's something fucking that doesn't look right. And it's a fucking alien, and that nose is the alien craft.
I don't know what you're talking about, man.
Can we move to the next trailer?
Yeah, yes, we can.
Want to actually talk about what this Resident Evil is like with zombies in the White House?
Yeah, I think that's where they're going with it.
Yeah. All right, yeah, let's move on.
What was the other one? The other two, I forgot. I don't have the list pulled up.
Second. What was it?
Oh, Sex, Love, and Robots. That was another.
Love, Death, and Robots, you mean?
That's it. Love, Death, Robots. Same thing. And videotapes.
Sex, Love, and Robots.
And videotape, yeah. Volume 2. The first one was awesome.
Yes, I agree.
I didn't watch the first season.
Really? Oh, that's good.
You're missing out, Levy.
Yeah. No, I mean, this looked good. I definitely might want to. It reminded me very much of the Animatrix in that it's an anthology series, and it's like each one is like a drastically different style of animation.
Yes.
And it's about robots and artificial intelligence.
Yes.
Right.
But the Animatrix was like all themed around the Matrix prequel storyline stuff. This is just like, different creators and different stories. But yeah, it's all about love, death, robots.
Wait a second. The first one was what?
First one was what? What do you mean?
What did you say about the Matrix?
I said the Animatrix was all themed around
okay.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about, yeah.
There was like that whole overarching theme for every single like episode that they had.
Yeah.
What was the other thing they did like that? Wasn't there like a Batman thing like that too? Like a Batman anime anthology?
Yeah.
Oh,
Batman,
yeah.
I want to say
Knights.
the Dark
Gotham
Knight.
Knights.
Oh, Gotham Knights. That's right. Yeah. And that was cool, man. I have that. I think I have that.
Okay, you can't tell me that nose is awful.
What's that?
Look in the chat.
Still in the nose.
Look at that nose. And it's not. It's kind of bulbous at the end, but it's also really long. I don't know. It looks awful.
I don't know. It just kind of looks like a nose to me, Levy.
Here, let me.
Sarah Michelle Gellar had a nose job, it says here.
Oh,
Did she? She did.
Yeah.
Nose job.
Yeah, no, she did.
Because
I think
post
they
Buffy?
showed
Post Buffy.
it's too pointy and it has like that weird. It's like I don't know. It's like square looking kind of. I don't know, man.
Like you hang your jacket on it.
Well, you know what? I think ladies should never do anything to their face cosmetically. You know what I mean? Like it's just it never goes well.
See, that's a much better nose for Claire right there. That's from the Resident Evil 2 remake.
Oh, I agree. Yeah, she's definitely different. She looks younger in that one.
Well, yeah, it is. This is from her first appearance in the Resident Evil story. It's from the remake of the second game. This is probably several years later. So, but
After she had a botched nose job.
yeah.
I don't know, Leon. That clothes they don't look good on you. Yeah, well, your nose looks like
It is
shit,
your
lady. But yes, Levy, you should watch the first season of Love, Death, Robots.
How many episodes is it?
Like 8?
8?
9,
Yeah,
something like that.
8.
It was
Like how long is each episode?
Oh, like 10 minutes, maybe.
Oh, really? That's it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I think maybe the whole season is about an hour and a half viewing.
Okay.
Nah, it's good. There's some really good ones. I don't know about you, Mike, but I think my favorite one with the 3 robots when they were on a tour.
refresh my memory a little bit.
The one with the cat.
The 3. Oh yeah.
I think that was my favorite one.
I like the one where the dude and the girl kept killing each other back and forth.
Oh yeah, that was a good one too. Yeah.
That was a pretty good one.
Oh, hey, it looks like I posted enough pictures to move Shao Kahn up off the screen.
Oh, nice.
And it's still there's just a little bit there, but it's because most of the picture's gone. It stopped animating too.
Good job, Levy.
You know you can just delete it right here. Like, look, see, here I'm just gonna delete it. There you go. It's pretty simple. Yeah.
Yeah, but the
Technology.
thing is, we kind of wanted. It's like a car wreck. Like we wanted to look at it just so we could be mad at it. Now you took that away from us.
Well, now
Yeah,
you can be
thanks,
mad at the
Jack.
nose. Well, you can be mad at that nose now.
Yeah.
Now you gotta look at that nose.
All
Staring
right.
me in the face.
That face is staring me in the face.
Yeah.
All right, what was the last trailer?
Shang-Chi, The Legend of the Ten Rings.
Oh yeah. What'd you guys think of that?
I think that Shang-Chiba is going to end up in the MCD real soon.
Shang-Chi.
Kang, yeah.
You gotta do one with the Mandarin and like the 10 rings.
Yeah, but I was the Mandarin that popped into my head from the Iron Man thing. I was like, well, what would I even call the Mandarin? But I'm having a hard time coming up with like a weed pun.
The Mandarin and the Legend of the Ten Bowls.
Yeah. Oh, guess did you both of you guys watch the Falcon and Winter Soldier?
Yeah.
Oh,
I
Well-
did watch Winter Falcon, yes.
the Winter Falcon. Well, no spoiler here, real quick or whatever. But the Power Broker is going to be added to the MCD as well as the Flower Smoker.
Yeah. I would wait a week until posting that though.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, it's Tuesday though. Isn't Tuesday? Tuesday's usually when like spoilers are over.
I don't know. I usually like giving a week.
Yeah. Good call. Thanks for being my.
Yeah.
Conscious Levy.
People lead busy lives. They can't. Some people they can't get to it right away. you know?
Yeah. No, you're right. I didn't think of that. Next week. You haven't seen it by next week. Fuck you.
Well, I mean, yeah. Seriously, I mean, you can only expect people to wait so long before they start talking about it. But
Anyway, yeah, Shang-Chi, man. I'm psyched for this movie for some reason.
this
So
is
we're talking about
Marvel's
this.
martial arts Jesus.
We were talking about this on Tuesday about how the director of photography is the same guy that did Matrix.
Yeah.
Scott Pilgrim. There's a couple other ones that are like visually shot really nice. I'll have to look it up again, but
Yeah, I can see that now that you say it. I can see it. Yeah.
but there's like a lot of like those one shots, like when the chopper in the back with the light, in the framework of the building, and then the bamboo forest fight and stuff. It's gonna look like really nice, I think.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm very excited to see something that's gonna look different than the standard Marvel movie
Right.
color palette stuff.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. I mean, I am interested in the movie. I don't know if the trailer really moved me, or really caught me, but I definitely am interested in it. So
It feels like Marvel
Okay.
could do no wrong. So it's like they just keep putting out good shit. So instead of being on the fence leaning towards like, oh, I don't know if this is gonna suck or not, like you see it and even if it, like you said, it didn't move you, you're like, but it's gonna be good because fucking Marvel knows what they're doing.
yeah.
So it's
And
easy to be positive about it.
Yeah, I think this is going to be Marvel's martial arts epic.
What
I
makes
hope so.
what makes you think that, Levy?
I don't know, maybe all the martial arts in it. But no, I'm saying, how like a lot of the Marvel movies aren't just superhero films; they're
Yeah.
kind of mishmash of genres. So I mean, like Winter Soldier was like a political thriller.
Mhm.
Thor was high fantasy. Guardians of the Galaxy was sci-fi fantasy. So
Levy, that's a good point, man. Because I was kind of thinking a little along those lines when I was watching it. Like, it is like a martial arts movie, but it's like they're so good at piecing this universe together, And like you said, man, all those different things, it doesn't seem like it would work together, but they figured it out.
Yeah.
It's a formula. It's all the same formula. Some people will think it's boring. It's not really very creative or artistic, but it makes some money and it's entertainment. Yeah. So you either go with the Scorsese thing where they say it's like a amusement park ride, or, it's not really high art or anything like that, or cinema, but
not
definitely it works.
Yeah, not every film needs to be high art.
Right.
Some things can be just enjoyed for what they are.
Right. Yeah, it's entertainment, and they use the same beats and drums, and it's good.
And I think Marvel movies know what they are. I don't think they really try to be anything else. I mean, I don't think really any of them try to be Oscar bait films, But like I know there are online petitions to what was it, like, to get Black Panther nominated for Oscars and whatever else, But
I don't even care about all that shit, man.
No. Why do I need? Why do we need a bunch of people who are a bunch of elites voting on movies to tell us what movies are good and bad?
All those motherfuckers were the ones that like looked at us when we were younger and were like, look at these fucking nerds, man, reading comic books and watching cartoons and all that shit. So fuck those guys. Like, I agree with you, man. Like, it should be entertaining. Like, it's a fucking comic book movie. Like, yeah, it's got to make sense.
They said the same thing about when the Westerns were big and everybody was making Westerns. Yeah. When the war movies were big, everybody was making war movies. Yeah. Now it's superhero movies. And
every genre has examples of good and bad movies.
Right.
And every genre has just like things that separate themselves from others, like the cream rises to the top and everything. It's just the good ones. I don't even know where I'm going with this, but
the brownies kicking in.
I didn't take any brownies. I actually meant to freaking message you and see if I could stop by and maybe grab one or two off you. But
you said that the last show too, man.
Yeah, I completely forgot.
Got to stop fucking around, Levy.
Next time. To quote Rhodey from the first Iron Man film. Next time, maybe. Or was it the second Iron Man film? No, it was the first Iron Man film. Yeah.
On Blackout and Shout. No, I mean, it's just the whole thing with, I think we were trying to get to, Levy, even though it's a repeatable movie genre, right? You have to have something that makes it, something that's going to change it, make it a little bit more refreshed. Because you keep slamming the same bullshit over and over and over, people are going to get tired of it. And that's exactly what happened with all the other genre came before it.
Yeah.
Marvel does have a formula. They do know what they're doing, that they're keeping it like a little bit fresh and new.
They know how to change it up while still keeping with the formula. And that's another thing. That's one of the things I think why Deadpool was so successful, because it was a comic book film, but no one had ever seen an R-rated comic book film before, with R-rated humor, R-rated violence.
Oh, right.
And, just all these things, because up to that point, you've seen the Marvel movies and everything's like, PG-13, really not much blood and violence or anything like that. And then all of a sudden, Deadpool's cutting people in half and laughing about it. He's cutting off his own hand and making period jokes.
And that's what the Watchmen did in comics back in the 80s. They reinvented, the way a comic was written. Alan Moore was, he was very much a visionary because of that.
As crazy as he had a vision.
Yeah. I mean, some of the stuff that he wrote before that too is a little crazy, but I mean, like some of the Swamp Thing stuff. But yeah, Watchmen, like that was new. People didn't see, like, read things like that, back in the day. It was always wash, rinse, repeat when it came to basic comic book stuff. Monster of the Week type of thing, or Big Bad type of stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, I am excited to see Shang-Chi.
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 Yeah.
That makes me laugh. I'm not even high.
Oh, dude, I came up with another one that there's a good one in New Mutants. Lockweed. Just imagine him with a little tuber hanging out of his mouth, bro. It's gonna be funny.
Well, usually he's got like smoke coming out of his nose anyway, right?
Right.
Wait, you can't. Yeah, isn't like chasing the dragon? That's like
that's heroin.
Heroin, right? Yeah, I was gonna say
that's opium.
Yeah, I was gonna say that wasn't related.
And brother Kyle came up with another good one too. The funny thing about New Mutants, they didn't actually name them by their names. They all were like using their regular names and shit.
Movie?
What's that?
Was Lockheed in the movie?
Yeah. With Ileana.
Oh.
But oh man, Sunspot. What's Sunspot's name again? Fuck.
Ricardo? Is that it? Wow, I should know this.
Yeah, man.
Ricardo.
Wow. We are terrible nerds right now.
Let's see. Roberto da Costa.
Well, anyway, they never called him Sunspot in the movie, but we're calling him Sunspot. So we can call him Sun's Pot. That's brother Kyle.
I forgot to say that I ordered the first 7 deluxe volumes of the Berserk manga.
Oh yeah,
they're showing up tomorrow.
Damn, look at you getting into. You got the Attack on Titan shit too, didn't you?
I finished reading that. Yeah.
Yep.
Nice. That's all done now. I'm all done with Attack on Titan. Yeah.
Until the final season, part 2 comes out a year and a half from now.
Yeah. I'll just leave it with that. I'm not gonna. I will not talk about it all because you don't want to ruin anything for anybody who is like solely watching it based on the anime and stuff. So
yeah.
I started watching that DOTA Dragon's Blood.
I just finished it.
I think I'm halfway through. They just got into a big fight with his idol or whatever, the guy with the beard and stuff. They have a big fight in the sky.
Yeah.
I think that's halfway.
Oh, will you talk about it like after you're done with it?
Sure. Yeah. One thing.
Well, let me at least ask you. Yeah, like what do you think about it so far? Like
it's good. I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool. And is it Mir Studios? I think that did Voltron and Avatar, Levy, or Mir Studios.
Mir Studios did, I believe, the original Avatar Last Airbender series, but then people from that studio broke off and made their own, or is it that they broke off and formed Mir Studios? Something like that.
Yeah, I think you're right. That sounds right. But that same studio did the DTOA Dragon's Blood. So I don't know, Mike, if you recognize like the animation style as being like kind of very similar to Voltron.
Yeah.
They do have a very distinctive style.
Yeah,
one thing
I agree.
Like the specific thing that made me think of it was when they have like somebody's hair in front of their eye. They draw the eye, but they don't like color it.
Just the outline. Yeah, I noticed that.
Yeah. And I'm like, this is a distinctive style from like Voltron. I remember that. And I looked it up. I'm like, oh yeah, it is. It is Mir Studio.
And now that you're saying it, it's like they did the humans in like the regular 2D style or whatever, but the dragons were kind of done more like how the lions were.
Yeah. Yep. It had a mix of CGI in it.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think they also did the show The Dragon Prince.
Yes. No. Wait. Yeah.
Except that was all CGI. I think.
I think you're right. Or was that? Or wait, who did the that other anime that came? Who was the one with like the whole god things, the Olympus thing?
Blood of Zeus.
Blood of Zeus. Yeah. It was either Mir Studios did that, or it was Powerhouse Animation that did that. And Powerhouse Animation did Castlevania.
Okay.
Which is interesting because part of the news that I have is that the animation studio, Powerhouse Animation, that does Castlevania, that I think did Blood of Zeus, is going to do the remake of He-Man that Kevin Smith is doing.
Oh, cool.
Really? That's interesting.
Like Kevin Smith is doing a He-Man remake?
Yeah. Yep.
Like animated or
Well,
live
like Castlevania. Like Castlevania.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's like a sequel to the 80s show.
Oh.
A sequel.
Mm-hmm.
That's I don't know how I feel about that.
You guys didn't know
I
about
didn't know. Nope.
Yeah, I think there's 2 projects going on. One's going to be like a kids show, I think. And then there's this Kevin Smith project that's going to be more adult oriented.
Both He-Man, you're saying?
But He-Man, yep. And it's going to be same characters. He already cast everybody, like Mark Hamill, Skeletor. There's a whole bunch. I can't remember all the actors. There's a bunch of like really well named people that are. I forget. Jason Mewes is going to play like Skunkor or something. I think.
That's great. That's when you throw your boy in there. That probably can't do it, but you're just going to stick him in there as somebody.
Sarah Michelle Gellar, I think, is going to be Tila. Yeah, he cast like all the roles already, and they are doing sound production and composition of music, but they haven't showed anything like animation.
Is Tila gonna have a fucked up nose?
Maybe.
Possibly.
Let's see. I watched Godzilla Singular Point.
Oh man, you have that up on Jetflix, don't you?
I don't.
Oh, okay.
I was waiting for someone to ask. I'll tell you one thing.
Yes.
It's very Japanese. Like
good.
Fast talking. Like you got to pause some parts to read all the subtitles.
Oh, it's subtitled. There's no English, huh?
No English yet. Nope.
That's all right.
It's an anime series.
Anime, yeah. By Toho. Toho Studios is doing their anime.
Yep. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, mix of hand drawn and CGI. Like all the monster stuff and robots are all CGI. Jet Jaguars in it.
Oh, nice. Great.
Nice. Speaking of Godzilla, and I'll bring this up now, even though it should probably be in toy news, but I just saw on BBTS that they put up for pre-order SH Monster Arts, put up the Godzilla Final Wars Gigan, if you remember him.
So there's the hooks.
There's the link for it. Yeah. He had hooks, right? The saw blade in his chest. Yeah. But in Final Wars, he also had like saw blade hands and shit.
Chainsaw.
Yeah. It's like chainsaw hands.
Oh, there he is. Holy, look at that thing.
It looks cool, man.
It does look awesome. Fucking cool looking.
I always liked Gigan. I thought he was a cool villain.
Yeah, I agree.
You should look at all those like Monster Art stuff. There's a lot of really awesome.
I know. I've seen that. I don't want to buy them. This one's like 160, man. I don't need to find this shit.
They're really well done.
Fucking cool, man.
They're really well done.
And I love me Godzilla.
The one dude, I can't remember. He was in the Rewind photography group. Can't remember his name, but he has all of those. Like all the Godzilla, all of the Kong, the black and white Godzilla, Gamera. He has everything.
A Monster Art King Kong.
He has like all that stuff, like the big stuff too.
Yeah.
That guy comes with all the fucking add-ons and shit. Like the different hands and shit. Look at that.
Yeah. You can give him the big giant hook hands. You can give him the chainsaw hands. Yeah.
Oh man, that is cool looking. It's a hard pass.
Yeah.
It's a good show so far. Godzilla Singular Point. It's about 4 episodes in, and there's no Godzilla yet. So it's kind of like it's like a slow burn, and it's coming out like weekly. So, it's a good show. It's really good. Plus, there's like the Japanese anime version of Velma is in it, so it's kind of pretty cool.
Nice.
What else have I been watching? I watched that movie Nobody with.
How was that?
It's good. It's a good movie. Solid too.
I never imagined Bob Odenkirk as an action star.
It's good. Right? It's real good. Yeah, he does a great bang up job.
What'd you say, Mike?
No, I just said right. Yeah, he doesn't come off as a action hero.
Yeah, it's really well done. I liked it a lot.
I just picture Saul.
Of course, I watched Mortal Kombat, but we won't talk about that because We're the podcast that waits 2 weeks before we talk about that stuff that comes out.
Well, I mean, to be fair, it did just come out today. And, most of us work, Jed.
Yeah. Well, it was midnight. Watched it. Yeah.
I was in bed.
I was excited to watch it. Anyway, so what was I? Oh, I've been watching God of High School too. That's a good anime. I like it. Very, very nicely drawn. You guys want to talk about Winter Falcon?
Yes.
Yeah.
Go ahead then. Don't let me stop you.
Dude, what a great fucking episode, man.
Yeah.
Seriously. Like, man, we said it. They just know what they're doing. Mm-hmm. Like part of the charm of Marvel is like they get you really invested in every fucking character that you lay eyes on.
Yeah.
Especially when they have them in these series and they really get to like single them out, or as a team in this case. And then they get you to like people that you're not supposed to like. Like, dude, I gotta be honest with you, man. I'm starting to turn on John Walker.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I was getting fired up, and he's such a peckerhead. Like I love when, like
I was convinced that he was going to go after Carly instead of saving those people.
So was I. That fired me up when he didn't, though.
Yeah, I was like, he made and like me and Ed were watching. And I'm like, he's going to go after. He's going to make the wrong decision. Oh, he made the wrong decision. So, and you know what I also like? The way they opened up the show, they didn't go into all the pomp and circumstance of Falcon trying on the new costume,
right.
They went right into it, and he just shows up, he's wearing the new costume, and he's like getting right to work.
Yeah, I like that.
So, and I love that costume. I thought that looks great.
And by the way, I'm glad it was him and not Bucky. I don't think there was any doubt which way it was going to go with, because I like Bucky as the Winter Soldier, as himself, more than I like Falcon as himself. Like, and I like Falcon as Cap.
Yeah.
And they ran through that, and they did that in the comics.
Right. Yeah.
Popular opinion was the same.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think he as a character, Bucky has a lot of stuff he's got to work through before he can even consider becoming that kind of a hero.
I know it's easy for me to say because this is the last Marvel thing that I've watched or whatever, but it's like he's quickly becoming one of my favorite characters, the Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
The White Wolf.
The White Wolf. Yeah, right. Yeah. It's just like, the end, he was hanging with Falcon and his family and shit. And it's like, man, he's the White Wolf again. Look at him.
How
about Zemo?
Yeah. That at the end there, like April and I were both like, who's that guy in the car? It was like, oh, and then they showed Zemo. I was like, oh, it's his butler.
Yep. The butler did it.
Yeah.
The butler did it in the alleyway with a bomb.
C4.
Right. He's another one. I just said that I turned on John Walker. I like Zemo. I don't know if you're supposed to like Zemo, but I liked him, man. Like he's super likable, I think, for some reason. Yeah.
And I can't remember. Did you make a call last time as to who the power broker is?
I did. I think we're gonna have to go back. I swear to Christ, I said it.
We'll have to check the tape.
Yeah, we'll have to check the tape. I think I might have said Sharon Carter.
Yeah,
I think I might have.
We should probably put a spoiler warning before this section, Jed.
Well, if you're dopey enough to keep listening.
Yeah. Oh, I'm just thinking because we were just talking about giving people a week with spoilers, and now we're talking about it. And this is going up on Monday.
But a picture just goes up and they see it. Like they hear it say, oh, all right, we're going to talk about the Winter Falcon. It's like, oh, we better. Oh, I can keep listening. I didn't watch the Winter Falcon. I watched Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Dave. All those motherfuckers.
That's the name of this episode. Spoilers.
Spoilers, the Winter Falcon spoilers.
Everything.
Maybe we could just tell them what timestamp to skip ahead to. That way they can just come on.
No. Let them do the work.
Oh, Christ.
Yeah, you hear this, Jed? Yeah. Can you do something else, Jed?
No.
All right. Hey, I tried, listeners, but they're not having it because they don't care about you.
Well, it's Monday. They had all weekend to watch it.
You know what? Yeah, I just got done saying, it's like, people got lead busy lives. Maybe they don't get a chance to see it right away.
Well, they had plenty of time to turn this on. Then they shouldn't be that busy.
So did anybody remember when they? Look, I thought, okay, Elaine from Seinfeld. What's her name again?
The character?
No, her real name, the actor.
Julia Louis Dreyfus.
Yeah, her. So I thought when she introduced herself as Val last week, I thought she was Val. I thought she was Val Cooper. Yeah. But apparently she's Lady Hydra, I guess.
Yeah. That's like a 60s character who she's representing.
The Contessa.
Yeah.
I swear to God, I thought you call her a cunt. You're like, that's a cunt.
The cunt.
The way you really cut off, I'm like, he's like, she's the cunt.
coming to Disney Plus. Marvel's the cunt.
The cunt.
That's so funny.
There, I've said it. I've said the words.
Spoilers.
But yeah, that character she did end up being Lady Hydra.
Eventually,
right?
Yeah. She was like Nick Fury's like love interest for the big thing. But back when what was that guy's name that was writing back in the 60s? Back when Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. When Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. was really good.
Chris Claremont wrote the first comic book ever.
Yeah. I remember when he did Superman. It's
I love you, Levy.
Was it? It was Jim something, I think.
Jim Claremont.
Jim Claremont. Chris's cousin.
Jim Sterling?
Jim Sterling?
No.
I don't know. Maybe it's not Jim.
I'm glad nobody tunes into this show for the information.
Jim Steranko.
Steranko.
Yeah, in the 60s.
It's way off.
Yeah, he made that comic what it was. But yes, eventually she started becoming leader
in chief of Marvel in the 70s or something? Or was it the 80s maybe?
Was about?
No, Jim Steranko. Didn't he become like editor in chief at Marvel in like the 70s or the early 80s?
Probably, maybe. I don't know. I didn't collect in the 70s. It was before my time.
I hear Chris Claremont was writing in the 70s.
I think he was. You're right. He probably was. Right, X-Men.
Yeah. Giant-sized X-Men.
Well, let's see how good you are. Who's the artist that drew X-Men when Chris Claremont was writing it back then?
Jim Lee.
Wrong.
In the 60s.
Dave Cockrum is the answer. Dave Cockrum for 1,000, Alex.
I thought you meant in the 90s.
No. In the 70s. Late 60s, early 70s. 70s was Giant Size X-Men was
71? 72?
Yeah, I think that's right. Something like that.
It's hard to believe that the X-Men were ever unpopular. Like growing up in our era, like you just always assumed that they just came out and they were just fucking awesome from the very beginning. But
Stan Lee started that way back when. Yeah. When it wasn't good at all. Like
so they went into reprints for a while, didn't they?
Went to 65 and then it started doing reprints. Or no, wait.
Yeah.
That's not right. Yeah, it started reprints right after that. And then this is when 100 came up. 95. I don't know. I can't remember. Something like that. I'm not a fucking encyclopedia. Look it up on the internet, folks. Somewhere around there. I'm close. I'm sure Josh is yelling at the stereo right now which one it is.
Yeah. we should do this to him every episode.
Chris Claremont. And Peter Cullen wrote it.
He probably just unsubscribes.
So where were we?
Falcon or Winter Falcon.
Winter Falcon spoilers. That's right. Yeah, it's good.
Yo, you know what would have been some funny shit, man, if Sam became Cap, but Bucky became the Falcon to take over for Sam since it was going to be
became his Bucky.
No,
if the Winter Soldier became Bucky, that would be a twist.
Then he would just be the fucking, and they would have fucking called him the Winter Falcon, and then the laughs would have been on everybody but me.
Well, isn't his friend Torres going to become Falcon?
That's what I heard.
Maybe.
Because he is in the comics, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Maybe.
Except he actually grows organic wings.
If they do season 2, I don't know, like a lot of these series are kind of like one shots.
Yeah, that's what I figured they were. Yeah.
I could see them doing a second season of Winter Soldier, especially since they changed the title card at the end too.
Maybe.
I mean, because WandaVision definitely doesn't lend itself to a second season.
Right.
Because, Wanda's story has been, or at least that part of Wanda's story has been told. I mean, I could maybe see them doing another Scarlet Witch series, but it wouldn't be called WandaVision. But like Captain America and Winter Soldier, I could see them doing another season of this.
I know they said that the Loki series lends itself to have multiple seasons.
Oh, yeah? Well, that's very good to hear. I'm very excited for that. I definitely want to see that.
Yeah, me too, man.
Tom Hiddleston's just an awesome actor, and Loki's just a great character for him.
I agree.
So since we're kind of like rolling into the rest of the news, there was a comic book came out this past week. It's called Firefly, Brand New Verse. It's actually a story that takes place 20 years later.
I heard about that.
After thing, there's 2 issues came out right away. I haven't read it yet.
Joss Whedon's Firefly. Should probably, for those who may not know, I don't know.
True. I mean, if you're listening to the show and you're not really sure who Firefly is, then it's not bad on you. So he didn't write any of it. It's written by Josh Lee Gordon, but yeah, it's a good concept. It takes it's Wash and what was his wife's name?
Zoe.
Their daughter is the captain of Serenity now.
Oh.
And it's a new crew and all that stuff.
Serenity now.
Is that like Apocalypse now?
Oh no, that was Costanza's old man.
Serenity now.
I'm one of those people that never really watched a lot of Seinfeld.
You never watched the what?
I never watched a lot of Seinfeld.
Oh,
She didn't either.
I only watched like maybe a handful of episodes, but yeah.
I think everyone's seen the Suit Nazi.
What?
No, I said everyone's seen the Suit Nazi.
Oh, right. Yeah. That's like pop culture now.
Yeah.
Let's see. I talked about Castle. This next season 4 is going to be next month, May. It's coming out.
Ooh,
unfortunately, it's the last season.
Well, yeah. Well, it's only 4 seasons though. Damn, and the first season was only a couple episodes.
Right.
Yeah. Let's come to an end.
I have a feeling because they're going to be moving on to doing, I think it's the Blood of Zeus and the He-Man stuff.
Yeah.
So they get a couple other gigs that they're going to be doing. Plus, I think 4 seasons is good for Castlevania.
Hey Jed, is Jed breaking up for you again?
A little bit. I don't think it's too bad.
No? Okay. Yeah, that sucks that's going to be the end of it, but as long as they got some new projects coming along, that's a good thing. When the fuck are we going to get this Vampire Hunter D stuff? I'm not speaking specifically to any certain Vampire Hunter D stuff. I just mean in general. Like, what a great franchise to just be floating out there in no man's land with no new media.
They only ever made the 2 movies, right? Or did they make a series?
No, just the 2 movies. I mean, yeah, the manga and stuff, but just the 2 movies.
Manga has I forget how many chapters. It's like
yeah,
long as shit. And then there's all the novels based on those.
Yeah, there's a lot of story to be told there. A
ton.
Like even Ninja Scroll got a series after the movie, which was cool. So let's get something.
It's like Berserk. It has so much story there too.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was 8 volumes. So there's another 6 major arcs for Vampire Hunter D that can be told and animated. It's a lot.
Yeah.
So the manga, like the first one, the first Vampire Hunter D and Bloodlust, you're saying that those were both like those stories were in manga?
Yes.
I never really read any of that particular stuff. I just knew that they were out there.
Bloodlust was That skipped around a little bit.
Yeah.
I think that was like volume 3, maybe
Okay.
4. But yeah, it was definitely a volume of the manga, and then volume 1 was the same as the first movie.
Yeah.
But there's so much with any manga, except for Attack on Titan. There's so much like more in the manga than there is like with Attack on Titan though, like it's basically frame for frame, dialogue for dialogue from the manga.
Right.
So you're not really missing too much. But with the Berserk seasons that came after the 3 movies on Netflix,
Yeah.
they had 2 seasons. That's not only was it animated like dog shit, it looked terrible, but the story was like chopped apart. They cut out a lot of stuff. There was a lot of stuff in it. And that thing's been running for like 30 years, I think now. 20 years, maybe longer. See, 97 was the first anime. So yeah, at least 30 years almost. And it's still going. They're still writing it.
Crazy.
Let's see. Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic is rumored to be getting a remake.
Yeah, I am very excited for that, if it's true.
Yeah. Apparently the company that's been doing remakes like that, I think that's where they got the rumor from.
Blue Point?
Is that the company that did the others?
Yeah, they. I believe that they're called Blue Point. They did the Demon Souls remake. What's that other remake that just came out not long ago? Shit, I can't remember. But yeah, they're doing it. I mean, they're a good pedigree when it comes to remakes.
What? Like I just saw that fucking meme you posted like 2 minutes ago.
What's that? The humanity.
No, the kid's in school and the kid in the background is fucking throwing the bird. Oh shit, man. Sorry. Just caught my eye.
Shadow of the Colossus. They also did the Uncharted collection. So yeah, they do good remakes. So
did they do the Mass Effect one?
No, that's or maybe. Let's see here.
I just watched a video on that last night. It's really good, the remake compared to the original.
Legendary Edition. Who's making that? Oh yeah. This new Mass Effect Legendary Edition looks like it's gonna be awesome. No, the developer's BioWare.
Okay.
Yeah, the BioWare is. Well, no, I don't know if that's they're referencing BioWare as the original developer of the game.
You know, that brings up a good point. Brother Kyle didn't know what Max Factory was, so lay down some knowledge on everybody, right? Mm-hmm. So Max Factory is the company that basically makes the figures like Figma, and Good Smile is the publisher or the producer that Max Factory associates with. So when you guys see like things on, like import stuff where it's either Figma, Max or Good Smile or Max Factory. What's the other one, Levy? The other Figma one that's related to that?
Not sure.
There's another like Figma type of line that do. Anyway, but yeah, that's the parent company is Max Factory for those characters. That's like the Berserk stuff, and they do like a lot of anime characters. And the last bit of news I have is that Game of Thrones Emilia Clarke joins the cast of Marvel's Secret Invasion. Unknown character.
Any guesses?
No idea. I thought maybe Mockingbird, but that would be like a real stretch for a small character, for an actress that's well known.
Yeah.
Unless they had plans to improve the scope of her character.
Spider-Woman, maybe?
Maybe Jessica Drew, right?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe.
But people were talking about what's her name filling that role. The rumors around that, the chick from I can't remember her name now, from the last Star Wars trilogy.
Daisy Ridley.
That's it. Thank you, Daisy Ridley.
Rey Mysterio.
Rey Mysterio. what's your name? It's Ray.
Ray. Your full name.
Ray Mysterio. And on that is the rest of the news. Levy, how about some weird news?
Oh, okay. Let's see here. I have a couple stories. What just happened? Hello?
Sound like
Hello?
somebody dropped in and out. I'm still here.
I mean, that was me.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
Clearing my connection.
Okay. Okay, so this is from IFL Science, a very popular site I like to get some weird news from. Eco-friendly paper bottle turns out to be a paper sleeve with a plastic bottle inside.
wait. Say this again. Say this again.
Say what?
There was a company. What's the name of the company? Can't find the name of the company. Anyway, there's a company that was producing a paper bottle or marketing a paper bottle to make it seem like it was more eco-friendly.
A bottle inside.
And it says, like the label on it says, "Hello, I'm a paper bottle." It's a big green label on this bottle that says, "Hello, I'm a paper bottle." But when you cut the paper, it's a plastic bottle inside.
That's great. I mean, it's not great, but it's, in a comedic sense, it's great.
Yeah, and I can't.
Well, you guys know.
Seem to find
You guys know, like if you have a can, right? If you take a soda can, there's a plastic piece inside liner, right? You guys know that, right?
What's that?
Maybe you guys don't know that. Well, everyone they're like, oh, I like drinking from a can because it tastes better, or I like drinking from a bottle because the plastic's better. A can has a plastic lining inside, so you're just drinking from like a plastic bottle anyway. It's in the shape of a can.
I never really understood those people because I don't know that it can taste the difference.
Yeah, there's like a lot of religious people that are like that. They're like, I have to drink my soda from a bottle, or I can't drink, or a glass. I can see maybe beer, like I like draft versus something in a can.
Yeah, they both taste like shit. So one just tastes shittier than the other.
True. Like, I don't like the metal taste. Like, you're not getting the metal taste.
I can attest that beer in a can does have a bit of a metal taste to it. I mean, it still tastes like shit from a bottle, but or from the draft. But
are you a wine in the bottle or wine in the box, Levy?
I'm a try not to drink alcohol whenever I can help it, just because the taste is just god awful.
Yeah, I'm with him. Like if alcohol tasted like fruit punch, I'd be an alcoholic. But
I think a lot more people would be.
Yeah.
It's fruit punch that gets you fucked up. Yeah,
margaritas are so popular.
That is a good point. But even with margaritas, you can still taste that fucking shitty alcohol in it.
What, tequila? You can't taste the tequila in a margarita if it's made right. That's why they go down so good, and that's why you get so fucked up off.
Tequila's awful, vile shit.
What about the who's the one that was drinking the 20 Long Island iced teas at TFCon? Was that you, Mike?
At the TFCon, yeah, that was me. Yeah, that was me.
Yeah, at Jelly Beans, that was me.
Yeah.
So.
Levy's the home team. I'm the away team.
Of course, that was in my youth, back when I didn't care what the alcohol tasted like, just as long as I could get fucked up.
I did it when I was old, just so I could get fucked up.
It's actually a cosmetic. I found the name of the company. It's called Innisfree, and they're apparently a cosmetic brand. And they were marketing an eco-friendly paper bottle, and then the inside of the bottle is just a plastic bottle.
Gotta make you wonder how they thought they were gonna sneak that one by everybody for all time.
I don't know, but the best part is like their explanation. This product is called paper bottle to make it easier to explain the role of paper labels wrapping outside of the bottle. However, we understand that the entire container can be seen as paper material because of the product name. We are deeply sorry for the confusion caused, and we'll try to deliver more accurate information to you.
Because it's called paper bottle.
Get the fuck out of here. These fucking people. Ugh, so.
It's like when you get your 40 in a paper bag.
I'm a paper bottle
in there.
Nobody knows.
So my second story also comes from IFL Science, and this is a story about the Great Emu War of 1932. In Australia, is it? Yeah, in Australia in 1932, humanity lost a war against a bunch of emus. If you don't know what an emu is, they're large flightless birds, much like ostriches are, but they don't look anything like ostriches.
This story could have went a whole different direction. It could have been like MAME versus Launchbox on the Raspberry Pi. Get it, emu? Get it?
Yeah. I
Got it?
Yeah.
As an emulator? Hey, they can't all be winners.
Okay, so in Australia, in the outback, about 20,000 emus stormed into the region as part of their breeding season activities. Finding the waterlogged agricultural lands of Western Australia particularly homely, they rapidly set up shop, stealing as many of the crops as they could and generally causing pandemonium. Agreeing with the ex-soldiers that this emu army was a veritable nuisance, the Australian Minister of Defense gave them access to Lewis machine guns and plenty of ammunition, along with some top brass military guidance from Major GPW Meredith of the 7th Heavy Battery of the Royal Australian Artillery. So the emus are incredibly agile creatures. They took cover in shadowy scrub and behind trees where the soldiers couldn't get a clean shot. And one of the problems was that the guns that they were given, the Lewis machine guns, were far too inaccurate to hit them. And they also had a tendency to jam. So basically they were trying to, hunt these birds with machine guns that didn't work. And even if they did hit, they didn't do any damage to the birds unless they got like a headshot. During an ambush attempt, soldiers had surrounded about 1,000 emus, but after just 12 rounds or so were fired, the guns jammed once again, and the emus fled. What's that?
Imagine you're a general, and when you have an army of dudes with machine guns, and you get out-strategized by a fucking flock of birds, flightless ones.
Yeah.
Go birds.
They say the guns kept jamming, and even when they did hit an emu, it often did surprisingly little damage. One emu was shot 5 times to no effect, and it only died when it was run down by a truck.
He probably was on the coke. He probably was on the cocaine.
I'm sure.
One soldier remarked that the only way to kill an emu was to shoot it through the back of the head when his mouth was closed, or through the front of his mouth when it was open. That's how hard it is, he bitterly added.
Jesus.
Ultimately, 9,860 bullets fired, just around 900 to 1,000 emus were killed, meaning the soldiers had a 1 in 10 hit rate. The emus eventually left the region, but only because they ran out of crops to eat.
It reminds me like the old 80s games like Galaga, where they show you how many shots you fired versus how many enemies you hit, your percent ratio. You only hit 20%.
Wait, so I mean, were these guns complete and total shit, or are emus like indestructible birds, man? No,
they were just utter shit. Like I said, they kept jamming, and apparently, it might have been a mix of both, because apparently, like I said, one of these birds was shot 5 times and could only be killed when they ran it over with a truck.
What kind of shit ass like weaponry are they supplying their guys over there? I just don't understand that.
This is the 30s, right?
Yeah, it was 1932.
It was before water-cooled machine guns, I think, or air-cooled machine guns were invented, I think, right?
It was before the BAR.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Right.
So, if they were armed with BARs, it probably would have been a much different story. So the my final story comes from BBC.com, though it was in a bunch of other outlets because this actually made national news. An Italian hospital employee accused of skipping work for 15 years is arrested for fraud, extortion, and abuse of office. He is alleged to have stopped turning up to work at the Ciaccio Hospital in the southern city of Catanzaro in Italy. I sound like Jed, don't I? Trying to pronounce it.
Yeah, you do. Kalamazoo, yeah.
Yeah, but this was in 2005. He stopped reporting to work. He's He was reportedly paid 538,000 euros in total over the years he is thought not to have been working. 6 managers of the hospital are also being investigated in connection with the alleged absenteeism. The arrests are a result of a lengthy police investigation into absenteeism and suspected fraud in the Italian public sector. The police have also accused him of threatening his manager to stop her from filing a disciplinary report against him. That manager later retired, police added, and his ongoing absence was never noticed by her successor or human resources.
Right.
So 15 years this guy wasn't working, getting paid for it. He threatened the one person who caught on to his scheme. And so they retired and no one else was the wiser.
That's pretty fucking funny, man.
Fucking legend.
Yeah, fuck yeah, man.
A friend of mine was working with me back in the day at Quest, and that was like outside of Philly, and like they had like layoffs and stuff, and then his manager kept switching, right? And he was like in the security, like, you know, the department. That's what he did, was like, you know, hardened security stuff. And his manager kept changing on him, that he would like introduce himself, and then like a week later he would get some other guy, to the point where they didn't even know that he was there anymore. And I'm like, Andy, what are you doing? He's like, nothing, just sitting here on the internet. I'm like, and that went on for like, I think it was like 6 or 7 months before he like was like, I'm not doing anything to better my career because no one knows who I am or what I do or giving me any jobs to do. So he quit and he went to go work for GSK. When he quit, he wrote his like letter of resignation. They're like, who are you? Like, they didn't even know that he worked in their department.
He could have did the same thing this dude did, man.
Yeah, he could have. Yep.
Yeah, fuck the career. Just like get paid to do nothing.
Yeah.
You know what? I'd be totally all right with that.
He could have gone and gotten another job and still get paid by this one.
That's true too.
If you guys had the option between working no job and getting paid for one, or working one job and getting paid for two, what would you rather have?
I'm a pretty lazy dude. I think I'd rather just like, you know, get paid to do nothing.
Yeah, me too.
I'm in that same boat. I say it because I could then, all the shit I do for a hobby, I could then do full time.
Yeah, that's what I was just saying that to Lori the other day. I said, imagine if I like just retired out of nowhere, just didn't, if I could afford it, you know. I just sat here and just did art all day, 3D stuff, just surfed the net, and I was like, wait a second, that's what I do now. Should I give up my Social Security? What am I, an idiot? They haven't caught on to my scheme yet. It's been 20 years.
So that's it for my weird news.
Can you imagine that if you could like right now, just if you were able to, and like live comfortably, just retire.
I would in a second.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Play video games all day, do nothing.
Yeah, if I could live this exact lifestyle that I'm living right now, I don't need to freaking have like, you know, I don't need to be rich. I just need to be able to live the life I'm living now.
Yeah.
Just maintain that.
You know, but you get a new boss though. You get new supervisors. They'd be like, Mike, move this furniture more, or Levy, do this in the house, or Jed, mow that lawn. I'd be like,
I have that now.
Yeah, no, I'm all right with it. I don't
have that now. Like, I'd have to do stuff around the house then. I'm like, damn it. Another reason not to quit. I'll be 85 years old and still working.
Jed's got this whole little like niche figured out for himself. It's like fucking Dr. Claw up in there in that fucking house. He never leaves. You just see his arm working the computer.
Wait till my kids get old enough. I'm gonna have them out there working and doing stuff too.
The kids are actually part of the plan for Jed. Like, Jed didn't actually want to have a family. He just wanted more workers. That's right.
Well, you think back in the day, all these people that had like 45 kids to work on the farm, all it was is, you know, free slavery.
Shit.
You want to work tonight? Get out there and cash that emu. But back to the Australian thing, man. Is it just me, or is it like everything in Australia is trying to kill you? Like,
yeah, pretty
at
much.
a moment's notice.
Yeah, pretty much. It seems that way.
Psh.
And the kangaroos. You think the kangaroos would be like, nice creatures? No. You ever see the claws on a kangaroo?
Yes.
They're
It's
vicious.
like a werewolf.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A strange
Frightening.
hopping werewolf.
Yes. It's
That's
very
jacked.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
are jacked, man.
Yeah.
They are. They don't even lift the fucking weight. Can you imagine?
And the funny thing is they don't use those claws. They just kick you.
Yep.
They have claws on their feet though, too, like that.
Mhm.
They'll maul you with that shit.
Yeah.
Did you guys see that video on CNN about the lady got attacked by a bobcat in her driveway?
Yeah.
No, I didn't.
Yeah. A
Recently?
rabid bobcat.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
They have the audio and everything, and it's like, what the hell is that? When you hear it growl, you're like,
Yeah.
holy shit.
Like the husband originally thought it was just a cat attacking her, like a neighborhood cat or something.
Yeah.
So he grabbed it and picked it up off her, and he's holding it up and he's like, "Oh my god, it's a bobcat!" And he like takes it, and he chucks it across his yard.
I
And
mean,
then the thing goes-
I know bobcats aren't like, fucking leopards or anything, but like they're a little bigger than a fucking house cat though, man. How the hell do you not know?
No, I mean they're like, I can see them being confused for house cats because I mean they are small. But
Yeah, I know
like,
they're small.
they look like very large house cats,
Yeah.
sort of, just with like short tails.
Right. But yeah, Mike, you got to find that. Just listen to the audio.
Yeah.
Okay, it's like,
So-
just having another day, going to the office with my wife, gonna take the cat to the vet.
Yeah,
Put my
he's like
coffee on
narrating his
Put my
life.
coffee on the trunk. Yeah, put my coffee. Oh, hey, how you doing there, June? Yeah, and then he hears,
And then the wife screams, "Oh my god, it's a bobcat!"
and then he shot it.
Yeah,
They didn't have that on
Yeah,
the video though.
The bobcat or his wife.
the bobcat.
But
But he didn't kill it. He didn't kill it. Like, I guess animal control showed up and then killed it.
Yeah.
And
Imagine
then
he
they found
shot
out it was rabid.
Imagine he shot his wife and took the bobcat in as a house pet.
Bobcat's got the dress on, doing the housework, cooking dinner for the kids. Is mom feeling okay?
Foaming at the mouth the whole time.
Oh, we've taken this joke too far. Mike,
How about my dad told me that they had him and my mom had a little cat when like this before I was born or whatever. And he says, he goes, yeah, we had a cat. And he's like, but then your mom ended up getting allergic. So I had to get rid of one of them. I made the wrong fucking choice. Toy news. I don't have a whole hell of a lot at all. First of all, I don't know if you saw for all the Joe fans that Major Blood is going to be a Target exclusive. You guys see that?
I saw it on eBay for $60,000 too.
Yeah, I saw that one. Yeah, that was great.
Didn't they release already, or was it on for pre-order?
Not up yet, I don't think.
Yeah, I don't think it's up yet.
Well, then how are people selling it for exorbitant amounts of money?
Well, no, that was a goof. Somebody put that up as a goof.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So you know what though, I'm starting to kind of not care because like as time goes on, like they're kind of like releasing them in alternate. And the TCP had like alternate uniforms on, and I don't know if you saw, but Hasbro Pulse had Firefly and the Viper up.
Yep. And they sold out like in short order.
Yeah, I didn't get one. I was busy at work, man. I couldn't get on.
Yeah, I think I'm done collecting the Joes.
Wasn't there a third one? I thought there was 3 of them. Was Destro?
Oh, from that set? Yeah. No, from that wave of Target exclusives.
No, the ones that came up on Hasbro Pulse. And then they were sold out right up.
I think it was just those 2. Yeah.
Was it? Oh, I thought it was 3. Okay.
Yeah, but I don't know. I didn't even get that mad about it because I'm like, they'll do something because it's like they're not stupid. They know the Vipers are troop builders and shit, so they'll do the same thing they did with the
Cobra Trooper.
Yeah, they'll release it as the infantry or some shit, and we'll just get whatever less accessories. But it is annoying, like
a year from now, they'll have like the $15 troop builder like they did with the AIM soldier,
Mhm.
and the what was the other thing they did that was like that?
The Hellfire
Oh, that's right.
guard.
Yeah,
And the Hydra.
Hydra.
soldier.
That's it.
Yeah, if they do a classic Storm Shadow, I'll pick that up, or at least try to, as long as they don't make it a Target exclusive.
Yeah.
But I think I'm done with the Joes.
Think about it this way, right? How everybody wanted Rogue for so long, and it was always expensive, and then they finally re-released it. That took what, 2 years, 3 years?
Yeah, that was also Target exclusive.
Was it?
Yep. Though those her and Gambit were much easier to find than other Target exclusives up to that point. And eventually the Storm and the Thunderbird 2-pack also were pretty easy to find. But I think those are rare exceptions.
I got that on Hasbro Pulse, I think, or BBTS, one of the two.
Yeah. No, I think the Storm 2-pack ended up on BBTS.
Or was it Amazon?
Somewhere.
One of them came, I remember, in a box. Yeah, it was. I got it get that in the mail. Yeah, man, people are nuts.
Yeah. I don't know. It sucks that you gotta wait, but you just gotta wait.
There is a site that's out there called actionfigure411.com. If you guys haven't seen it before, you should check it out. But they have a price kind of gauge listing of what Hasbro, Marvel Legends, G.I. Joe, Star Wars Black, some Transformers, and what kind of what they're in for. And we were just talking about Cobra Trooper. That's high was sold at 180.
Wow.
Yep.
You know what, man? It's annoying. It's like you wish everybody could kind of band together and just say, you know what, fuck these motherfuckers. Let's not buy them. Just don't buy them. But somebody's gonna fucking spend that money.
Yeah.
It's human nature.
Beachhead's 110.
Beachhead is 110. Wow.
That's average. That's average. The high was 140.
Wow.
Low was 80.
I guess I haven't opened my Beachhead yet.
Do you have the blue eyes or the brown eyes?
Levy, if you can get $140 for that thing, I give you my full blessing to just sell that motherfucker. I'm not even kidding around, man. Make that fucking money, dude. That's insanity.
Yeah.
And then you could just get the alternate one.
Did you guys hear blue eyes variant of Beachhead that's more expensive?
I don't even know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'd have to look at it.
The Roadblock, the guy, the version with him with the beard and the Cobra Island one.
Yeah.
That's going for 42.
Really? Dallas Cowboys Roadblock with that stupid fucking star on him.
And the Baroness is going for 200.
Wow. I wonder if those prices are going to come down once the alternates come out. I wonder how much of that price is driven up by people just wanting one, and if they have an alternate, even though it's not worth shit, just getting that because they just want the character. You gotta imagine that those prices will be somewhat affected.
Well, here's a good example. The Storm Shadow that was on Amazon. Yeah, that's going for 60.
What's Storm Shadow? That ice that Arctic mission Storm Shadow.
Yep.
Yeah, I hate that one.
Yep. Here, I'll give you a good example too. The regular Cobra Commander that was the dark blue. He's like $15 or whatever. But the Regal one that was exclusive there, I think it was on Hasbro Pulse. They're like $60.
Yeah.
Yes, demand.
I don't know.
People are looking for them and nobody has them.
I'm not into all that shit. Give me
that's what it was. It was the Red Ninja was the other one, right? That was on Pulse that came out. The other with Firefly and the Viper, right?
In that way, he came in the Red Ninja's in another wave. He was in the wave with.
No, but I think he's talking about the recent re-release.
Those were the three that were re-released: the Red Ninja, the Viper, and then the.
I think you're right.
Firefly.
Yeah, I think you're right, Jed.
I think I'm right too.
No, I'm looking in the new on new arrivals, and they got Viper and Firefly right there, and that's the only G.I. Joe shit they have in that section.
I thought I remember seeing the email with the three of them. It doesn't matter.
It don't matter. Right? Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
So there's that. So I don't know, man. I'm a little annoyed, but I'm already in. So It's like I'm in a bad relationship with G.I. Joe right now, but I keep coming back. I keep dragging my sorry ass back. So I'll just eventually get a major blood somehow.
It's like an abusive ex-girlfriend.
It is, man. It is. It is.
And then they came out with like those movie versions, and Baroness has the short hair and the choker, and it just looks like shit compared to like, you know, the classic look.
I like the choker.
Yeah, but why not just go with the long hair, you know?
I don't know, man. Yeah, I don't.
Are you talking about the movie Baroness?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are weird.
I don't think like major companies like Hasbro, Takara, they don't care about resale value of their stuff. They don't care if people are scalping them or. No. Is that scalping? Is there just like late fee or market value or whatever? Like when you're selling a Baroness and the coil for like $200.
No, because I don't think they're in production anymore.
Yeah,
and I think there's, you have to know the specifics of the situation. If this particular person bought up like 20 of them and just held on to them, then yeah, that's kind of scalping. But if it's somebody who just like bought one, didn't open it, and then it was like, let me sell it. And, it's going for 200. Yeah, I'll sell it for 200. No, that's not scalping. That's just him taking advantage of the secondary market.
I agree wholeheartedly. I think scalping should. It's like when it's if everybody had an equal opportunity to buy it, then whatever happens afterwards is complete and total free game. Like I remember, we were joking around and shit like that, but if somebody says something about, me buying 2 Unicrons or whatever, about scalping the second one, and it's like, well, I don't know, you go fucking buy a Unicron if you want. At that point, it was like still on pre-order. Like if everybody has equal opportunity and time to get a pre-order in and shit like that, then it's open game. But this particular situation, like with the Joes and stuff like that, when people are just fucking buying them and you can't find them anywhere because somebody else bought fucking 20 of them or 30 of them or whatever. Nah, fuck those motherfuckers, man.
Yeah, I think it all just comes down to intent, really.
Yeah.
The person buying, if they bought, if they went and, either used bots or just snatched up all the ones they saw in a store, like every single one, and cleaned out the stock and then held on to them, or just or even worse, just turned around and flipped them for 2, 3, 4 times the MSRP, then yeah, you're a fucking scalper. Fuck you. But again, if it's just somebody who's held on to the figure, they had it in their collection, even if they were just like a sealed collector, and it's in their collection, and like they held on it for like a couple years, and they're like, I need to make some room, and then they go and sell it for its secondary market value, then no, you're not a scalper.
Right.
So,
or somebody who's just like was collecting them and they're like frustrated with the exclusive thing and they can't get what they want anymore, so they're just like, fuck it, I'm selling it, I'm done.
Yeah, and they want to recoup, they want to recoup what they spent into the line and get out of it. Yeah, that's not scalping. It just comes down to intent. Really.
Right.
So.
In other toy news, did we talk about Bad Cube last time around?
I don't think so. Did we?
No. So Bad Cube put a bunch of stuff up for pre-order, kind of like Back from the Dead.
Oh yeah. Like new stuff or re-releases?
Nah, re-releases like Gears and Swerve and the Insecticons and who else was there? Huffer? No. They put the Huffer back up? I think Huffer was one of them.
Wait,
Captain Huffy?
Not Captain Huffy.
I remember a story about that. Wait, wasn't that what was Bad Cube before they became Bad Cube?
Was Cubex.
Cubex,
right. And that's the same mold, right?
What, the Huffer?
Yeah.
Nah, it was an upgrade. It's a little different. I mean, there's similar stuff about it, but it was reworked. Yeah, I was thinking about getting that, but then I'm like, man, Fans Toys had already teased a Huffer and Cliff Jumper, which I didn't get to yet, but that's a good segue. So, Ocular Max has an alternate Cliff Jumper out there. So
the first thing, Cliff Jumper?
Yeah, it's like alternate, like the waist is colored black instead of gray, so it kind of gives you the illusion that the torso isn't quite as long, and they redid the face and did like a way better face sculpt, in my opinion. and they're re-releasing that. And the first thing I did was like rush to eBay to see if Ace Collectibles Tumblr prices plummeted.
Did you ever list that?
No, I never did. And now I'm like, you know what? If the prices don't go down man, I know I just want to hold out for the Fan Toys one, but it's like I'm so sick and tired of looking at that Tumblr. Like maybe if I could sell it for like, you know, $85-$90, I could just buy the Ocular Max one, and that could be my stand-in for a while until the Fan Toys one comes out. I hate having that thing on my shelf, man. It's so ugly.
Well, wasn't the whole point of like Ace being so high was because there was like there was nothing out there to buy?
Yeah.
Now you have Ocular Max and you have
and X-Transbots.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I checked and it's like I looked at sold listings for the last like week or two, and there's still some of them are still getting kind of high. So I'm like, man,
see,
maybe
I would 100% sell that right now.
Yeah. Now's the time.
I would have sold that a month ago.
I should have taken Nate up on it because Nate was like, listen, I got a broken one, but he'll stand there and I'll give it to you. You know, you go ahead and sell yours.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the plan. Because seriously, remember the last time I took Cliffjumper out of the display case? Yeah, me neither.
just take a picture of them and then put the picture there instead.
Like a little mini cardboard stand up.
Yeah,
dude,
I mean,
that's
like
funny.
the background and everything, right? So that when you look at it at the right angle, you can see the background blends in with the rest of it. It'll look just like it's there.
I'll go the distance. I'll like, you know, I'll cut him. I'll contour cut him. Yeah. So, also speaking of companies that kind of disappeared or we thought were disappearing. So Make Toys finally released their Acid Storm that came in stock at TF Source this past week. So what do you think, Jed? Does that give you any hope for the Starscream and the Coneheads?
I don't know. I mean, that TF Source thing was an exclusive, right?
Right.
Maybe they were under contract to make sure they satisfied that order of that, you know, that model, and maybe they're done now. But it's maybe they will. I don't know, because the whole Starscream like remake, whatever they were calling it, was supposed to be out like back in January.
Yeah, like how is that taking? How's that taking so long? Like, dude, they can't even get that out, and that's not even a new mold. Like the Coneheads, not that they're a totally new mold, but like, you know, like Starscream is just a re-release,
right, with
some extra shit.
I don't know. Either it's maybe other orders in their company that are being made, like more plastic forks and, you know, pieces for cars or something. I don't know. I'm not sure.
For a while there, I was like, man, I think the Coneheads and the Headmasters are going to happen. And then for a while there, I was like, I think the Coneheads are going to happen. And now I'm just like, I'm not excited about spending whatever 200 some a piece for the eventual Takara Coneheads when I really wanted the Make Toys ones, because I just felt like the Make Toys ones were more badass looking.
Was the Acid Storm like a limited release, like 500 pieces or something?
The Sunstorm was.
Right. Was it done the same way? Not like as a GoFundMe or anything like that, but was like a limited run type of thing?
I don't believe so, because I accidentally clicked on. I haven't been on TF Source in a long time, so I was like a little confused by the navigation, and I clicked on a link, and it led me to the Acid Storm page, and he was listed as in stock. And you got, like an early bird special for pre-order, and like you get it for $149.99. But then if you clicked on it and went to the link where he was in stock, he was $169.99.
Oh. I heard some stories about TF Source. I don't know if they're true or if they're rumors or if it's just one person bitching because they fucked up or something. But I heard that they were selling Unicrons for like $750, and then they were telling people that they were refunding their purchases and then turning around and selling them for like $1,400 or $1,500.
That happened to you guys. Know Brian Mott, right?
Sounds familiar.
His name sounds familiar from Hardcore Collectors, right? So that happened to him. And you know, if I would hear this from like any you know, goon on the internet or whatever, you know, I would be skeptical and shit like that. But that dude's like, you know, I believe him, and that's fucked up, man. Yeah, that's fucked up. I wish I would have saved the thread, and so I could go back and see like if it happens to like other people, because I thought maybe they just fucked his order up and shit like that. But now that you're saying it, it's like, man, I wonder how many. Yeah, that's if that is indeed the case, that's kind of scummy.
That's better business bureau, you know, reporting type of thing.
What the fuck? And now these motherfuckers, man, they put down, you know, $700 and whatever $50 pre-order and shit like that, which was still more than you know what it would have costed back through Hasbro. And now they're fucked. And now if they really want one, they got to go out on eBay and spend $1,600. Nah, get the fuck out of here. That's insanity, dude.
Right. Yeah, it's slimy.
Yeah. Yep. I'm gonna be interested to see what comes out of that story, man. I might have to do some digging.
But back to Make Toys. I mean, if this is just a regular run or something like that, then maybe. Yeah. I mean, they're turning into like the toy world for seekers. If you notice it, it's just all they're doing is just seekers. That's it.
Well, yeah, I think you can close the book on anything past the Coneheads. I will be extremely surprised if they do anything past the Coneheads, if they even get to the Coneheads. Like, I don't know. They said they were gonna release everything that they ever teased, but it's like, man, they teased the Darkwing and Dreadwind, and they teased the Eight Face, and they teased one of the other Target Masters. I can't remember if it was Crosshairs or who was the red and blue one. That was Crosshairs. I don't think they ever showed a Sure Shot, but Crosshairs they teased. And it's like, man, they didn't get to end, and they're not going to. And all that shit looked pretty cool, like as far as silhouettes and renders went.
Did you hear anything new about X-Transbots and Cup being replaced?
Yeah, I did. And to give you exactly what they said about it, I'm going to quick go to their webpage. Let's see. So it says 6 days ago, it says basically to the factory owner that made Locke, the factory owner. Wait, is there? Hang on before I read that. Okay. Factory owner owes Keith $90K and is in what Chinese New Year. See, this is like one of those things where it's like translated and it doesn't make any fucking sense. But he's basically saying that Keith, from what I gather from it, Keith paid another company to do Cup, and this dude, he's suing the owner of the other factory because he fucked him over on the Cup thing. But they're remaking Locke in July, and they're recalling all the old ones, and then new ones will be sent out. So at least we know we're getting new ones. But that was the last thing I heard. That was up there 6 days ago.
Christ. So I probably won't see Springer until Christmas again.
I don't know.
The Cup's going to be in July.
Right. And I think that Protectabot's actually going to be out fairly soon as well.
Right.
Yeah. This whole Springer thing is it's like, I don't know. It's kind of funny at this point. It's like the longer. Okay, so here's the thing. When a figure is 3 months late or something like that, I'm like, all right, man, they just really wanted to dial it in and get it right and, you know, make sure it was perfect and all that kind of shit. But then when it's like coming like years later, I'm like, you know, maybe it's not that good to begin with. And
4 years later.
Yeah. You know, I don't know. I feel like if it was really going to kick ass, man, they would have had it fine tuned in a little shorter window of time.
Wow.
When it's actually taking them.
They are redesigning that salad plate.
Yeah. So. Seriously, man. Yeah. So I don't know. That's actually all the fucking toy news I had. I didn't really see a whole hell of a lot of like new shit revealed or whatever in the last couple of weeks.
Yeah. The most I saw was the cliff jumper thing.
Yeah. Oh, there's Fist in the North Star toy news.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
I forgot about Jackie.
Hell yeah.
So plus, Jackie got pre-ordered.
And one of the reveals that you sent had me pretty fucking psyched.
Yeah. Which one?
Ray, man. That's my guy, man. Hell yeah.
Who do you know the other two characters? Are those from the series, I'm assuming?
I think they're from maybe they're from the manga, because I don't know that I necessarily recognize them either. But then again, I didn't watch all 137 episodes or whatever. You know, I made it a pretty good ways in, but it's like, yeah, I don't know.
I said to Levy, I said, I have to start like watching that so I know who these characters are that I'm buying.
Yeah, because the one you said, the one that said Thouser, and I was like, who the fuck is Thouser? I'm in, man. I'm in. It was like the Rick and Morty, like, I'm in, you son of a bitch. I don't know who he is though.
I did see today on, I think it was either BBTS or Ami Ami. There's a 1/12 scale horse that's going for like $100.
Oh
I
yeah,
get that for Rao.
Yeah, but is it a badass looking horse, or is it like, you know, some Kentucky Derby looking motherfucker?
Plow horse.
He's on the fucking Budweiser Clydesdale.
I'll have to find it.
Oh shit.
BBTS search horse.
I'm just gonna stick him on Motaro and call it a day.
Run, Shadowfax. Show us the meaning of haste.
That's done. There's actually quite a few 1/12 scale horses that we can pick from. About $80.
Yeah. But then you also have the Mythic Legions horses.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's a badass horse.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. We'll get that one. Oh, that's nice. Well, it's kind of evil looking though, but it still looks cool. Here, let me put it in there.
I think it would fit for Rao.
Yeah.
What?
Meh.
Didn't Rao's horse have like horns on it though? Like on like the helmet? Or the armor piece?
Probably.
Or am I thinking of something else?
Oh, that is a cool horse. I could see that as if they actually had a Vampire Hunter D.
Yeah. Hey, Jed, show them did you see the red one that's on like on fire shit?
Oh, yeah. But
yeah, post that one. Show that to Mike. Actually, see if you can find one with the actual character that's supposed to go with him too.
Motherfucker, you got the internet. Look it up yourself.
I figured you already had it up, man.
I let that glue for you right away, or what?
Levy told you to look something up on the internet by talking to you on the internet.
My speech recognition. I can't find the horse, Levy. It was just a black horse. It's probably in the Mythic Legion site, but I'm on BBTS looking.
Here, I got it.
Oh, look at that. Ooh, that one's cool, man.
Yeah.
That's like, I could see a Ghost Rider fucking riding that thing. Like a gothic Ghost Rider.
Yeah. Actually, if that armor is removable, you could also make a Wild West Ghost Rider if you can find if you can find a more contemporary looking bridle.
Yeah, I would be cool with that right there. Look at that. That's cool.
Surprisingly, there is a large selection of horses.
1/12 scale horses are in.
Yeah, they go from like $75 to $100.
Yeah,
posable or just like static pose?
Both.
Yeah, I would need it to pose. I would need it to be able to pose.
I know the Figma has some, but those are smaller.
Yeah.
Like those are ones you'd see Link on. Like,
right.
Yeah, that wouldn't go with the rat because he's like 1/7 scale, or is that 1/8 scale? I forget what the scale is. It's like a 7-inch scale, so that's what 1/7. No,
it would be like 1/10. Because if 6 inches,
right?
Well, smaller would be like 1/13, 1/14.
Right.
Wait, Player's Kai is 1/7. I think that's what I'm getting at. Yeah. Okay.
Anyway, some fists in the
so three more figures coming down the pike, and
you have full permission, Jed. Not full permission, but like if you don't have to wonder about me. Like when you're pre-ordering that shit, just if it's Fist in the North Star shit, just put me in for one, and I'm in no matter what he is.
Two things that was really odd about that is that Jackie's like $65, $70, and BBTS was $125 for him.
Jesus.
Yeah. No.
A little crazy.
Yeah.
No, even with the $20 shipping from fucking Ami, that's they're still making out.
And we're splitting it, so it's you get even less. And the other thing too is like his belt buckle, like the level of detail that's on that for a 1/6 or 1/10 scale
1/12
figure, whatever.
Or 1/10. Yeah.
1/12. Sorry, 1/12. For a 1/12 scale figure is really detailed.
Yeah.
I was really surprised. And I wonder if you could actually do that pose they had him in some of those pictures.
Yeah, right. Well, it looks like he was struggling, like he just got hit with the pop in the head and shit, and his head's getting ready to explode, and he's like squirming. It's like a squirmy pose. Is that the one you're talking about? Yeah,
where he's like bent over backwards and sideways and stuff.
Yeah,
but
I hope so. That'd make a great picture, like Ken standing over him like that. I was talking to JD, like I said, we went out there this past weekend, and I was talking to him about it because he's a big Fist of the North Star fan as well. And I was like, man, they should do, like, for these guys, there's like money to be made in like henchmen. Like if they did it kind of how KFC did their Junkions, where they were all like, you know, typical henchmen or whatever. They could have the same body, but just all have different heads. And then you could have like interchangeable, like, you know, post-apocalyptic, you know, road warrior armor that you could put in any kind of configuration. And then you could like make as many fucking henchmen as you want.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty dope.
What if they can do like a big fat guy?
Yeah.
Yeah. You got to give him variable stomach parts.
There's a couple big guys, man. There was him, that big fat guy, and then there was the one that Rao beat that turned into metal, and then there was that.
Oh yeah,
the one that Ray killed at the end that pulled like the cat of nine tail whips and shit, like added the horns in his head, which was out there. But
no, I'd like to see one of that.
Go ahead, man. Sorry.
I'd like to see one of that big fat dude where Kenshiro just like kicks all his fat out of the way.
Yeah.
You remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's just like throwing so many kicks. He's just like,
that'd be like the stomach swap piece where it'll just be a big hole, you know, like with, like a black warbly vortex of flesh.
Yeah.
It would have to, because
like
that was
spreading like the Red Sea.
Hell yeah. I was surprised they went those other couple of guys. I thought like Shin was going to be next, but
you
think they would be doing a Shin, definitely be doing a Shin,
unless they're trying to spread out the power, you know, like instead of putting coming out with all the main ones like right out of the gate, like you know, giving you I don't know, some in between guys and shit like that. That way they still have some to release after to kind of keep interest up.
I wonder if they'll do the kids and what was the girl's name?
Julia. Yeah. Or Yuria, as she was in the Japanese version. But I hope so. I don't know. I want all the major characters at very least.
Oh, maybe the kids will come like a little dune buggy. That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah. I think they'll definitely come in a pack, like in a 2-pack, if they come out with those two, for sure.
I heard a rumor that a Marvel Legends style Hasbro Indiana Jones line was going to be announced.
Oh shit. Man, it's crazy. Everybody's getting an action figure these days. That sounded like such an old man thing to say, you know?
Yeah, everybody's getting an action figure line now.
And Mike, if you had any doubt that the whole NFT art selling thing was like a scam or not, Tom Brady is making an NFT company. So now you know it's a scam.
He makes me want to fucking
fucked up weird shit.
He makes me want to puke.
He's selling NFT. He's going to sell an NFT of his deflated football.
Yeah, right.
Just a picture.
You know what I like better than Tom Brady? Fucking John Walker in the first episode was still better than Tom.
All right, let's move on to
Q&A.
Oh wait, we didn't talk about Mortal Kombat Annihilation, did we?
I was hoping that nobody was going to remember.
No, I had to watch this shit. We're gonna fucking talk about it. All right,
real quick.
Yeah, you guys ain't freaking skating out of this. You made me watch this fucking shit. We're talking about it right now.
Yeah.
You fuckers,
dude.
Having problems with the VPN, Verizon.
Fuck you, Jed.
Just gotta You got to keep tapping the mute button on and off and shit. Rapid fire.
Can't.
Oh man, Annihilation, man. Where does one even begin? Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, I think I broke the program. Oh, there it goes. I was waiting for the mic to disappear. It's like,
is Levy still there? Oh, Levy's still there. Can I start out with saying, first of all, that in some of the green screen shots and shit like that, they didn't even bother masking shit, and you can see right through shit, man.
Yeah.
Yes.
Those composite shots in the beginning with the fucking purple sky and people flipping. First of all, I'm going to sound like that guy's dad when we were watching Ninja Scroll. Why the fuck couldn't they just walk anywhere? Yeah. Everyone's flipping through the air. Freaking Raiden and in the beginning, Raiden and fucking Shao Kahn go to fight and they like flip through the air and land like right in front of each other. Oh my god, this movie's so fucking bad, man.
The acting was terrible.
Oh,
all around.
This is the role that made me hate James Remar and his entire body of work for all fucking time. The only thing that redeemed his character for me in Dexter was that he was fucking dead.
Which, come to say, there was a teaser for the new Dexter season on Twitter the other day.
Hey, no. We're not talking about Dexter.
Okay? Wait, sorry. I tried, Mike. I tried.
We're talking about Mortal Kombat Annihilation.
Tried.
Almost.
We're not getting sidetracked here.
I should have went with the Star Trek thing or something first.
But you know what? The woman they got to play Sonya Blade, she wasn't bad looking.
No. Is that the positive? That's the only positive.
I think that was the only positive. And you know what? When Sindel first comes up, he's like, "Mother, you're alive. Too bad you." Well, that line makes me laugh.
Who would die?
That line makes me laugh so hard every time I hear it. That delivery was just so bad. That's a common theme with this whole movie. Is it's just so bad.
I like when Sindel let it rip that one time and blew apart parts of the mountain and shit. And then when she was right in front of the Liu Kang and them guys, she just kind of screamed at him.
The Raiden versus the reptile fight, or the three reptiles.
Yeah.
All they were doing was spinning. That scene where they were just throwing spinning kicks in front of each other, but not like actually trying to hit each other.
Yeah.
It looked like they were doing like some sort of weird Russian dance, the way they were spinning and stuff.
I watched that video, everything wrong with Mortal Kombat Annihilation. Did you ever see that video?
Yeah.
I love when he gets to the part with Raiden and Reptile, and he's like, Raiden fights this guy who has the hiding ability of a 3-year-old.
Hiding behind the pillars. Peeking up behind the pillars.
That's so true, man.
That was man. I think I remember this right. That was Ray Park's first movie that he did.
Yeah, because didn't he double for Raiden?
Yep. And
wait, who?
Ray Park, Darth Maul. Yep.
Oh, okay.
The guy who eventually ended up showing his penis on Instagram.
If I think I remember this right too, he spent $10 million more in the first movie on this one.
Where did it go? Drugs. It had to go to drugs.
No, I thought they had a lower budget than the first movie, and that's why. No,
it's 10 million more, I think.
Oh god, that makes it that much worse because I thought they were operating on a lighter budget.
No,
fuck, man. Yeah, there was some serious mismanagement of funds here.
Yeah.
That okay. Let's talk about the Sub-Zero Scorpion fight.
Yeah.
First off, Sub-Zero comes sliding in like he's on a cable and freezes robot smoke, right? And then fucking Scorpion shows up. he makes that ice bridge so they can get across, right? Right. And then as they're fighting, the ice bridge breaks, and then Liu Kang just kind of hops across.
Yeah. Well, even before that, like, so they took them metal balls to that spot.
Yeah.
They had to ride these metal balls through this crazy ass system of tunnels and shit like that. And Sub-Zero shows up, and Sony is like, "Oh, he followed us." Oh man, I forgot how bad it was.
When Scorpion teleported away after Liu Kang jumped over to the other side of the bridge, and then he comes up behind Katana and goes, "Ah, suckers!"
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, man. You know, dude.
April was playing WoW, World of Warcraft, while I was watching it, and when the Baraka scene came up.
Baraka, pow!
when the Tarkatans showed up, and I was like, "Here, April, watch this." She's looking at it, and then he takes off the hood. He's like, "Oh my God." Because he looked like they looked like they bought those costumes at those Halloween stores. What is it called?
The ones that just spring up out of nowhere.
Yeah,
Spirit of Halloween.
Yeah, Spirit of Halloween.
Yeah, they were bad, man. It was just like,
And I told April, I rationalized, it's like, yeah, they were operating on a much lower budget from the first movie, but now Jed's saying that they had a bigger budget. I'm like, what the fuck?
So I looked it up.
Yeah,
Mortal Kombat was 20 million. Mortal Kombat Annihilation was 30 million.
Oh my
God. Street Fighter was 35 million.
Unreal. Fucking unreal, man.
Annihilation made 51 million in the theaters.
Versus the first movie?
I didn't look at the first movie budget. I think that made that in the first week, maybe. Let me look.
Oh, and Brian Thompson in his Shao Kahn armor. Didn't he look like a little kid? Like,
yeah, the skull was
with a costume on.
Too big.
Like, I mean, he was a jacked little kid, but
no, it was the way the helmet.
The costume was so big on him, and it was so droopy, floppy. I don't know.
The guy that played Motaro, like I don't know, man. He looked like I don't know. Like they didn't make him like I'm looking at the Storm Collector's Motaro, which basically looks like the video game. I don't understand why they gave him like this haircut. Like he looks like a dude named Stanley.
He was also as tall as Jax.
Yeah.
Think about that for a second.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
And during that fight with Jax, when he reared up and then Jax comes up and punches him between the front legs.
Yeah.
Are they trying to insinuate that he punched him in the nuts on his chest?
Oh man.
It was 70 million total was the first movie it made.
Oh, okay.
That was it. But I mean, if you only had a $20 million budget, 3 times as much, so it was profitable.
Right.
Yeah. This movie was.
Yeah.
I'm not going to forgive you guys because I'd only ever watched this movie once until now.
Oh, same here. Yeah, same here.
And I can't forgive you for this. I really cannot.
I saw it and I walked out of the theater when I first saw it. And then
so you've never seen it?
When I watched it again, I walked out again. But it was my house this time.
Are you saying you didn't watch it?
Not the first time, no. No, I mean, this past 2 weeks, I watched it.
I was going to say, you better fucking watch it, motherfucker.
Yeah, I watched it. It was bad. I mean, I understand. I'm glad I walked out of it like all those years ago. I didn't really miss anything. Except what was that one chick? She got eaten by a reptile. That was dumb.
Jade.
Yeah, it was just like,
and then it burped.
Yeah. I didn't get the whole like bestiality. I guess that was the thing.
The animality.
The games. Yeah, the animality. Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever. When Nightwolf shows up and he like changes back into a human, and he's like, "Hey, that was my animality. Pretty cool, huh?" Who wrote this shit, man?
And then what? Shao Kahn's dad shows up, right?
Yeah, it's supposed to be Shinnok.
Shinnok, right? Yeah, it looks nothing.
I like how they folded him up like a letter at the end.
Yeah.
The special effects in this were fucking top notch, man.
Oh, they were so atrocious.
it was like Beast Wars like CGI for those like the dragons and stuff at the end. It was yeah, man.
Well, just remember, none of this was my idea.
Yeah, it was all Levy's.
Fuck, it was.
So yes, it was a terrible movie.
And what was the point of the animalities? Because they did nothing. I mean, they beat each other up a little bit, but like, it wasn't like the turning point of the fight, and didn't like, and like they didn't end up winning the fight with the animality form. It just was nothing.
They were just trying to cram as much shit into, you know, an hour and however long it was that they could from the, like, this is why you can't, like when you make a movie, you can't write too many love letters to the fans. You just have to, you know, do it within reason, instead of stuffing every, like to me, that looked like that movie was written, directed, and produced by fans of Mortal Kombat that were like 13 years old. Like, all right, you know, we have a couple $1 million. Let's make this movie, and this is what comes out of it.
Yeah.
And then the other thing that pissed me off was like at the end, like, hey, everybody's okay. You know, everybody's all right. But meanwhile, Johnny Cage is still fucking dead.
Yeah. But then like, they just like they start walking up. They don't even make it out of frame, and they just cut to the credits.
So like, that's it.
Yeah. It's just like,
we're done with this movie.
Well, we just hit $0 in the budget. Cut it.
Yep. The editors were like, God damn it. Was it over? Yes.
And what was with all of the male characters hitting on Jade? Like, even Raiden.
Yeah, Raiden. Yeah, right.
He's like, hey,
yeah,
I traded my long hair in for this cool vest. Now I can be just like you guys. Right? Isn't that right? Man. I gave up all my godly powers of like lightning and shit so I could get this cool Ian Ziering looking vest.
This cool haircut.
Yeah, right.
It's a new look for me. What do you think? Fuck you.
Luckily, I'm not Asian. God, who cast these people? I will say one thing though. The guy that they got to play Johnny Cage looked very much like the other Johnny Cage, the actor that played him in the first movie. He
looked reasonably like Lyndon Ashby.
Yeah.
That was Lyndon Ashby,
the original actor. Yeah.
Okay.
This guy that played him in this second movie, he was in that show Young Hercules, if you remember that show, because that's where Ryan Gosling got his start, because he played Young Hercules.
Oh, I never saw it.
Yeah, I didn't really watch it either. I just know of it. So that's the only thing I remember that guy from. I think he's done other things, but I don't care. It was so bad.
It's a shit show.
Yeah,
that's all I can say. That's all I can say about this experience is that
never again will I ever have to watch this movie ever.
Yeah,
never.
Yeah, I can scratch this off my bucket list again. It's an hour and a half of my life I'm never going to get back. I mean, I could have spent that hour and a half fucking doing anything else. But I spent it watching this movie because.
Well, way to stick to the program, Levy. I'm proud of you.
I felt that I had a responsibility to you and our listeners.
Yes.
To watch this god awful film. So fuck you. And yeah.
Just to reiterate how shitty it is.
Yeah. It's an abomination of a film. It should not exist, and yet somehow it does.
I will tell you guys this. When you watch Mortal Kombat this weekend, go in with low expectations. I know you're going to come in from Annihilation and stuff, and anything is better than that, but try not to be too optimistic about the movie. So you're not.
I've been hearing mixed things about it. So
I'm not going to say anything about it because I don't want to ruin any of your opinions about it, but we'll talk about it 2 weeks from now.
Okay.
All right. Let's do some Q&A.
Listeners' questions. All right. Let's see. Jared Bell writes in, let's all hear it for the Peter Cullen sex cult members listening tonight. My question, out of the various things you collect, what is one thing or line that you do away with, live without? For me, it's the 6-inch DC Marvel figures I grabbed over the years. Not shitting on those collections, just my shelf real estate is limited. Have a good weekend, boys. Go Birds, go Phils. Go Birds.
Go Birds, go Phils.
I think I'm kind of there with mainline Transformers.
Oh.
And maybe Marvel Legends. I don't think I'm gonna. I think I'm gonna like really be selective on any future Marvel Legend figures I buy.
I agree.
I think for my displays, when I get them finished, I'm gonna have like a Spider-Man Villains Marvel Legends display, because it seems like there's plenty of import Marvel or Spider-Man figures. Not too many Spider-Man villains in the import scene. So Marvel Legends right now seems to be your best bet to get pretty good Spider-Man villains. Right. X-Men figures and maybe some of the Avengers that I like will go on display. But for the most part, like a lot of the other stuff is just going to either go in boxes, get sold, or I may even give a couple to some April's friend's kid.
Wow, that's nice of you.
Yeah. So, but yeah, and I'm getting choosier with a lot of the stuff I get anymore. Even my Masterpiece Transformers figures or Masterpiece Scale Transformers figures, my import figures. I mean, Amazing Yamaguchi notwithstanding, I buy like every one of those that comes out for some reason. Actually, no, because I did skip on the Bakugo from My Hero Academia. So he just released this month, or he's releasing at the end of this month, I think. I could probably still go back or pre-order him, I think, if I wanted to, but I don't think I'm gonna. So, but yeah, for the most part, I think it's gonna be like mainline. Basically, any mainline Hasbro figure line. Like it's like I'm out on. I think I'm pretty much out on GI Joe. Right. And like I'm really not going to get much into the Kingdom stuff, and even this. I mean, I did pre-order a bunch of the Studio Series 86 stuff. So, but I don't know if I'm going to try and get the Galvatron or the Cyclonus from Kingdom or the Rodimus Prime. I'm not paying $75 for Rodimus Prime. Fuck that noise. Oh no, he's a commander class, so he's going to be like $75.
Yeah. Fuck
that.
Shit.
$75 for what's essentially a not even a leader, the next class size down from leader class, because that's essentially what he is, just with a trailer. So
I'm in the same boat with you, Levy. Same exact answer as what you just said. Except I don't collect mainline Transformer stuff, but yeah, all the Legends stuff and everything else. Yeah. Same boat.
Yeah, same here. Man, that makes three of us.
Yeah.
Well, no, I mean it is a thing because I was actually starting to like, man, maybe I should get some Legends, and then let me turn me on to like the Mayfax and Amazing Yamaguchi stuff, and now I have a couple of those, and now it's like, well, then it's easy to give up Legends because I'll just wait, and rather than getting a ton of $20 figures, I'll just get an import here or there of characters that I like, and that'll kind of be like a slow, cool collection, and I'll get out of Legends.
Mezco 112 has been putting out a bunch of winners lately, because for a while there I have not been impressed with their stuff.
Like the Cable Cyclops kind of era. That time period.
I was not impressed with any of those, especially like, and then the John Wick was atrocious. That's probably one of their worst figures they've ever produced.
I was watching. Did you guys watch that? How It Should Have Ended for WandaVision?
No.
They had to do the How It Should Have Ended, and they showed what's her name going, and I killed Sparky too. Yeah. And then they showed John Wick. Yeah, he's like, well, I guess I'm back in business.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. But yeah, no, they I guess Mezco's Dr. Fate is releasing. Is either has released or is releasing soon, and I'm really regretting not getting that one now because he looks awesome. I didn't get it because I was like, do I need a Dr. Fate? I don't really need a Dr. Fate, but I'm looking at that now, and the colors just pop. And he just looks awesome, and I'm like, oh, and I do not want to pay aftermarket prices on that.
Are you interested in a Play Arts Kai Catwoman by any chance?
No, I mean, I don't. It doesn't scale well with anything else I own other than that Robin statue or figure.
Okay. I won a bid for Black Widow, Catwoman. What's the hell is that chick's name from Man of Steel? Fedora.
Feora.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So get the easy sniper. Won the bid. So it was mainly for Brother Kyle, but then I have those two figures. I'll have to put them back up online then and sell them. All right.
Next.
Jared Bell also posted a picture, which is really funny. It says like about Blackout and Shout podcast. And there's a thing that in the bottom says see menu. And he circled it. I guess there's a menu that we have. We'll have to fill that in. SLB Vlog, Josh Lawrence, writes, fuck, marry, kill music edition. Your choices are A, drummer, B, bass player, C, keyboard player. No specific player in mind, just based on the instrument they play.
Can we at least assume that these are all women?
Okay.
All right, good. Yeah. So this is a slam dunk that you kill the keyboard player, you fuck the bass player, and you marry the drummer.
And why is that?
Because well, first of all, the keyboard player gets. I don't think I need to explain that. The bass player is kind of like usually 9 out of 10 times is to go along with the flow type, and it's just like easy going and not all that fun and shit like that. So you just get him out of the way once, and then the drummer is always a wild motherfucker. So it's like that's fun. That's going to be the fun relationship to be in. And plus they're in fucking really good shape because they're, that's a lot of fucking exercise, man. They're in good shape. They got a lot of energy and shit like that, man. A lot of cardio. Yeah, that's fun.
I will change my answer a little bit from yours and say I will fuck the drummer because of those reasons that you just said. Okay. But I will kill the bass player and marry the keyboard player.
You're marrying the keyboard player?
Because the keyboard player could eventually maybe go on to play classical music and make lots of money, like in some type of concert setting versus like once the whole rock career is over with. And then I can sit back and be a gigolo. The money come flying in.
You used to be a gigolo.
Right?
Well, see, that's the difference in our personality shining through right there, Jed, because you're more of a long game kind of guy, and I'm more like, hey, let's have all kinds of fucking fun right this second, and who cares what happens later kind of guy.
And I'm saying to the keyboard player, leave the band. Go play Carnegie Hall.
Go play Carnegie. Yep. Levy, what about you?
Man, I don't even have an opinion on this one because... Yeah, I don't know because I'm not really that into music like that. So
there's like kill them all.
Well, I mean, if it's all women, and fuck them all. But sorry, Josh, I don't really.
It's okay, Levy. It's
right.
It's fine. Right. We can move on to the next one.
Yeah.
What's next, Jed?
Tyler Gillet writes in.
Gillet.
Am I too? He goes. This was an hour ago. He goes. Am I too late? Fuck. For episode 150, you guys should get April, Lori, and Vanessa to do the episode. You have like a year and a bit to prepare. For my question, with the recent announcement of the Gargoyles figures coming, I've decided to revisit the show by watching an episode or two every morning before work. It holds up surprisingly well, much like Batman, the animated series. So I'm curious, what shows did you guys love growing up over the past 40 odd years that you think still holds up today? Hope you guys are doing well. I'm currently in our 4th lockdown. Send help.
Oh man.
So what show holds up over all the years?
Ooh, that's a tough one because it's a tough one, and the reason it's a tough one is because as great as we want to think the franchises were from our childhood, which they were because they have all the staying power because a lot of them are still around today and still getting action figures, and some are getting new series and movies and all this other shit. But if you look at like the cartoons themselves, like, let's be honest, man, the G1 cartoon was a little, animation errors all over the place, and some just bad animation from episode to episode, and so it's like you can't really say that with any kind of conviction. Like what? Man, and some of the other ones that I think might still hold up, I really honestly haven't watched in a long time. Like I was thinking, man, how cool was Inhumanoids? I don't know. I haven't watched Inhumanoids in a long time. But if I went back and watched it, maybe that would be my answer.
I'm going to say X-Men, the 1992 animated series. It still holds up to be the biggest piece of shit that's ever been drawn on animation cells. So
this has been going on for so long, dude, that I don't remember if this was a real opinion to begin with, or if this is.
I hate that show with a passion.
You hate it. You really do hate it.
I mean, it used to be just a dislike, but now when I see how everyone loves that show and elevates it to fucking animated godhood, fuck that. That show's trash.
Yeah, but you're just disliking it because everybody else likes it.
It's not just that. It's everyone's the show is so fucking overrated. It really is. And everyone just seems to love this show so much, and they're so blinded by nostalgia that they can't see shit behind the curtain.
Yeah, but that's
the same thing about G1.
Yeah, you can say that about a lot of shit that we used to watch.
No, but I recognize G1's faults. No one ever seems to recognize X-Men's faults, which are plenty. If people could say I love the show, but the animation's pretty shaky, the art direction's pretty meh, I can respect that.
Cyclops is a douche.
Yeah, I can respect that. But people just treat the show like it can't do no wrong.
Yeah,
and that's what I have a problem with it.
So if I can make an analogy here, Levy, this is like if a girl comes walking in a room and she's like a 6.5, but she's fucking strutting around like she's a 10, and everyone else around her is acting the same way.
Acting like her shit don't stink. Yeah, okay.
So it's like, but you're a 6.5. So if the X-Men was that girl and she just realized that she was a 6.5,
it would be more accurate if she was a 2.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know if I could raise up that amount of hatred for that show.
No, that show's just straight up garbage. I hate it. But seriously though, as far as shows that still hold up in a good way, well, because this one's kind of weird because topically I don't think it holds up anymore, but because I'm from the era that it originally aired, Animaniacs still holds up today because it still gives me laughs because I still get all the fucking jokes. I don't know how good of an example that is.
That's an all right example.
Mm-hmm.
See, the thing is, when you say it holds up today, I'm just thinking is it does it hold up for me or would it hold up to a new audience?
Yeah,
and
audience of kids, sure.
Yeah. Do you remember the Fox Kids show Men in Black, the series?
No.
It was based on. It was actually more inspired by it was inspired by the movies, but it also took a lot of inspiration from the original comics with the expanded cast and stuff. It was really good, and the animation was actually pretty decent too. It had a very unique style. It didn't look like your typical cartoons of that era.
Yeah.
I haven't watched it in a long time, so I don't know if it really holds up. But I when I think back on, I think it would. So I absolutely love that show. Back in the early '90s, that was one of the shows I watched. Along with Batman and it was on Saturday mornings, I think. So I would watch that on Saturday mornings. And whatnot, but from that time period, Batman, the animated series, Animaniacs, fucking Men in Black, Big Guy and Rusty. If you remember Big Guy and Rusty, that was another show I really enjoyed.
Nope.
That was actually based on a Dark Horse comic that was on Fox Kids.
Are we excluding say Japanese anime that was ported over to kids when we were watching?
No, I don't think so.
Like movies or series?
Series.
Okay.
Because back in the early '90s, Fox was importing a lot of anime.
Yeah, I mean there was
Escaflowne, Card Captors.
Escaflowne was cool, man.
Yeah.
because you could say like, Japanese anime stuff was always better quality than American stuff, just all around with everything. So that's why I don't know if we were like kind of not including there or not, because you could say like Star Blazers was really good back then. Robotech.
Robotech was cool. Yeah.
Macross, when they mixed the Macross in with the whole, that whole line, that whole story, they mixed everything together. But based on like, like more like art, like type of animation stuff, I would say Looney Tunes will hold up. There's like a lot of like World War II jokes or something like that. They may not carry across, anymore.
Yeah. Or certain rapey skunks.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. But that stuff, that's still, I mean, even like, from the 80s, the Looney Tunes that they did like back then, that was, that still holds up. Tom and Jerry holds up. Yeah. Because the animation quality and everything was done well.
I think Roadrunner and Coyote, Wile E. Coyote, I think those are universal, timeless.
Yeah. And Scooby-Doo.
Yeah.
Scooby-Doo holds up really good.
Yeah. The original Scooby-Doo, Where Are You from like the 70s and shit, the 60s and 70s.
Yeah. Scooby-Doo, Where Are You? Yep. Because like I've been like trying to force like all these different cartoons on kids over the years, so I can kind of get like an idea of like what's good and what's like Thundercats, G.I. Joe, Transformers. It doesn't really hold up anymore. But surprisingly, the Dungeons and Dragons cartoon does, which I was kind of shocked.
Yeah, actually it does. Because I did watch episodes of that before.
And what was the other thing I had here? Oh, Dino Saucers.
Dinosaurs are leaving, Bossasaur.
Dino Saucers.
That show was great, man.
But yeah, I mean, like a lot of the other ones kind of because they're just for the time, and they didn't like have like a lot of good production.
Yeah.
All right, let's see what else we got here.
What is next?
Oh, I tried to watch an episode of Dino Riders. I couldn't do it.
Yeah. It was that bad?
It doesn't hold up. Yeah. 7 comments. God. Why aren't these coming up?
Why aren't what coming up? The shares?
No, I have me as the user.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
No, the comment. Okay, there we go. All right, now they're coming up. Needed to refresh here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Adam Urban writes in again. Who puts syrup in the fridge? He has a good
Monsters.
point. Who puts pancake syrup in the refrigerator? Because I do not.
I think our syrup is in the fridge. I think our syrup is in the fridge right now. I'm not going to go down and confirm it right this second, but I'll send a message in the chat.
Oh, I know. I know for a fact you keep your syrup in the fridge because you confused ketchup for it one time.
No, but I'm talking about right now, like in this house.
Well, if you did it then, I'm sure you're doing it now.
Well, yeah, I know, but like the kitchen has been that's Vanessa's place now, so she controls what goes on in the cabinets in the fridge. I just I just go along with the flow.
It's like the people who leave butter on the counter are the same people who put pancake syrup in the fridge. Do you have your hot sauce in there too, Mike?
Yeah, I do. In the fridge, yeah.
Oh. All right. Chris Gardner writes in. He goes, he had 3 comments actually. He goes, looks like someone needs a different 3-year-old. That was back to the. Did you see the picture that I posted, Mike?
Oh yeah, I did. Yeah.
This show is not appropriate for 3-year-olds.
Right.
He says, this one is just a comment to comment. I have a phone with a keyboard here. I wrote this wearing all my glasses and shoes.
Because he had them.
Then he goes, who would tie who to the pier for high tide? And who would most likely transport cocaine behind a barge in a dinghy?
Who is this? Who is this? That was a pretty good. That's an under the radar call right there. Like you don't hear about that one too often. The drug transport one. Oh, come on, who is this?
All right.
That was like a little jerky voice.
Lori N. Sean Zupa writes in.
Who's
Got
that?
Two for one. 2 people.
Do you ever bust his balls about that, by the way?
All the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, all the time.
Is this? I remember that one time he left a comment and you're like, is this Lori or Sean?
They wrote it together. They sat down in front of the keyboard and typed it out, one on each side.
It was like Ghost. He was behind her and the music was playing and they were typing together. There's always at least one of these comments per show where Levy thinks about it, and the longer he thinks about it, it keeps getting funnier.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's the new definition to like ghostwriter.
Imagine Sean actually listened to this shit.
I know, right?
Oh man.
Like, you remember who Sean is, right?
Shut up. You have to play this for him.
Yeah. Are you ready for the questions, Levy?
Yeah, ready.
All right. If Professor X can use telepathy to make Sabretooth raise his arm and choke Magneto, open and close doors and basically move anything, why doesn't he just move his own legs? Would you like to take that, or should I take it?
I have an answer for this.
Yeah.
He's not a telekinetic. He was using he's using telepathy to control Sabretooth's mind, whereas his legs are no longer connected to his brain because his spinal cord is severed. So he can control them.
But he could use telepathy to make somebody carry him around too, if he wanted to.
Yeah.
Or move his legs for him. Can you imagine to have 2 people just moving his legs for him? Like a fucking marionette. Fucking Forrest Gump marionette with the leg with it. So I would have to me.
I would have if I was Professor X, I would have 4 midgets carry me around like in that like chair thing with the handles like the Pope. Where they carry the Pope around.
So you're saying you use your powers for evil.
Yeah. Yeah. Most definitely. You know what? We can try to be as mature as we want to and think, oh, we're older now and we'll use our powers for good and all that shit like that. But there would be plenty of deviance.
I suffer no delusions.
Yeah.
If I had powers of any kind, I would be using them for selfish reasons. Yep. I would be out freaking getting revenge on anything and everything I could. I'd be
using it to get pussy.
Jesus.
I can't tell you how many times, like just this week, I thought about fucking having like heat vision and just burning people.
Wow. Well, I'll be seeing you guys at the Rapture.
Yeah, this is the second or maybe third episode in a row that Levy's talked about murdering.
Well, like I think about it, like like what if I had like the powers like Homelander, right?
Yeah.
And I'm at work and I'm working and somebody pisses me off, so I just I laser them, right, and just turn them into chunky salsa. Then like management tries to fire me, and I'm like, did you see what I just did to this motherfucker? And your first thought is to fire me?
What if you had just like laser vision, but you had like no super like strength or like invulnerability that went with it?
Well, then I would have to be much more judicious. But like if I had like then you could be killed. But like if I had like the invulnerability and all that shit, and nothing could be done to me, then yeah, fuck yeah. I'd be like, you want to fire me? Go ahead, try it.
Mikey would be a god amongst men.
Today? Hello? No? Then shut the fuck up. Let me fuck up.
Super Leviar, our conqueror.
Yeah, right.
All right. Lori and Sean Zupa, or is it Sean and Lori Zupa? I guess it's interchangeable. It works either way, right? 50-50 right down the middle. In Civil War, why did Captain America and his assassin friend beat up an orphan when he got mad after just then finding out the assassin killed his parents? I think he's talking about Iron Man.
Orphan.
Yeah.
I mean, not wrong.
His assassin friend beat up an orphan.
Again, he's not wrong in any way.
It's true. They did beat up an orphan.
I detect no lies.
So why did he do? Well, because he was going to kill his assassin friend or beat him up. So they both got mad.
He was going to kill him.
Yeah, so they got mad and they beat him up first.
I mean, maybe self-defense. I mean, he was wearing an Iron Man suit.
That's true. He was wearing a suit. Yes. Okay. And for Lori and Sean Zupa's last question. or is it N Lori Sean Zupa? Yeah. Let's go the third way around there. N Lori Sean. When Captain America dropped a piece of an enclosed walkway on Spider-Man, who he never met before, but knew he was just a kid, was he trying to kill him? Or was there a deleted scene where someone told him this 5'9", 140-pound child had super strength?
Also makes a solid point there too.
No, wait, this is gonna kill me.
In all fairness, he did steal his shield. Right?
That doesn't indicate that he has good aim with some webbing.
Well, he took his shield though, and you gotta die. If you took a shield, you gotta die.
Okay.
Well, wait, didn't before all that happened, didn't he kick the shit out of his assassin friend and the Falcon?
I don't say he kicked the shit out of him. I mean,
he literally kicked them through a glass walkway into the floor and then webbed them up, right?
Was it through a glass walkway? I don't remember. I remember
like a glass banister.
What happened?
It was like a glass banister thingy, and then they fell.
I remember him getting carried. He got pulled through the glass window, with fucking red.
No, that was before that.
No, that was at the end of that fight.
Right, but I'm saying before that, he went through the glass and then landed on the floor, and then he webbed them up, and then that's when Runaway came and got him.
No, maybe.
So Captain America, being very observant, noticed that Spider-Man was being pulled by Running Wind, probably fell, right?
Mm-hmm.
Saw that he had super strength, right?
No.
Does whatever a spider can. He heard the song, does whatever a spider can, right?
I don't know, man. I think he tried.
Well, Shori and Zon Zupa,
Shori and Lon,
Lorian, Shori and Lon Zupa. Thank you for writing in
tandem.
And here's your designation, your dedication. Wow, it's hard to read. Can't you just be Sean Zupa, aka Lori Sean Zupa? Anyway, I think I've run that joke to the ground. All right, I think that was it. That was the last question.
All right, good. I want to go.
I want to go. I'm going.
I've been held here against my will long enough.
Bad enough I had to watch Mortal Kombat. I bet you know what, Levy? I bet you Mike didn't even watch Annihilation. I bet you watched like cliff notes of it or highlights somewhere. And he was like, I watched it. That's good enough. I'm not going to watch the whole thing.
No, I had to.
Tell the truth.
From 1997.
Yeah, tell the truth, Mike. Tell the truth.
I'm not gonna stand for this line of questioning.
He pleads the fifth.
And on that note, Mike.
Enough's enough. We're out.